This is the Mancow Morning Show podcast. Listen to the show live weekday mornings 5:30 to 9:30 on 97.9 The Loop.
And I'm running to be everyone's president.
Everyone's president.
Well, you're entitled to your views.
Ted Cruz, how's he doing in Indiana?
Do the math.
I will
You have
your
cases
rights.
to drop out. It's your turn.
Well,
Take your own words.
now I'm curious, sir.
Time to drop out.
When
sir.
Donald doesn't get to 1237, are you going to call him to drop out?
Donald's definitely going to get to
No,
1237.
no,
No,
he's
he's going
not.
to get more than
No, he's not.
1237.
Okay.
Let me ask you something, sir. What do you like about Donald?
Everything.
Give me one.
Everything.
Give me one. Can you pick anything?
6:05, this is Ted Cruz campaigning in Indiana.
That's the main thing.
All right.
Immigration.
All right, hold on a second. Now, do you know on the wall that Donald told the New York Times editorial board he's not going to build a wall and he's not going to deport anyone?
You're lying. Once
Well,
again, lying Ted.
Donald Trump is a New York liberal who will take away your Second Amendment rights. This man is lying to you, and he's taking advantage of you. And I would encourage you, sir. I appreciate your being out here speaking. If I were Donald Trump, I wouldn't have come over and talked to you. I wouldn't have shown you that respect. In fact, you know what I would have done? I would have told the folks over there, go over and punch those guys in the face. That's what Donald does to protesters. I think a candidate is campaigning to work for you.
Like you always do.
Okay, stop. What word did I say was a lie?
About Donald telling people to punch people.
Okay, let me ask you,
I don't
sir.
believe that
Just
either.
Go home and Google Donald punch in the face protesters. And at his rallies, look, this is on national television. You can watch the facts of him standing at the podium saying, punch that guy in the face. I mean, and in fact, he says I'll pay your legal fees when you punch him in the face. That we want real solutions.
Yeah, vote Trump. I don't think it worked, Al. I don't think it worked. Listen, if you're in Indiana, what are you feeling today? Who are you voting for? I want to know. It's
Polls are open.
Yeah, this is a big deal. This is a big, big deal. So comedian George Lopez is paying for all the family members all of a sudden of Prince to go to court and get as much money as they can from his estate. Minnesota's taking 14 to 17%. The federal government's taking 40%. This money's all been taxed. Why do they get to take more?
The government is getting half of is getting $150 million worth.
That's why everybody listening should have a trust, so the government can't steal everything after you die. So now they're saying he has a 30-year-old son. Have you heard this story?
It's like Game of Thrones all of a sudden.
That may get everything.
Prince Snow, the bastard.
And we'll tell the theory coming up. And AIDS. It was AIDS.
Prince had AIDS.
Yes, he had AIDS.
They said it was the flu, but it was AIDS.
Yes,
AIDS?
it was AIDS.
Not HIV, but full-blown AIDS.
Here we go.
This is the theme to Mancow Show.
You ready,
the
Chameleon?
theme to
You
Mancow
ready?
Show.
Yes.
Mancow
Let's go.
called me up and asked if I would write his theme song. We're almost halfway finished. How do you like it so far? This is the theme to Mancow's radio show. This is the theme to Mancow Show, the opening theme to Mancow Show.
We
this
are
is the
on.
music that you hear.
Is Scott Stapp, the new lead singer of STP. We'll tell you coming up. Marianne is here in our green room. You know, lovely Marianne is co-hosting today from Gilligan's Island.
Yes.
The Marianne,
Television icon.
television icon. We got a Mr. Movie and Play. Hang on. One of Denny Hazard's victims going to talk to us.
After an open bar office party.
Tom Dreesen's here today? Wow.
Mancow. The Mancow. On the Loop.
Just sit right back.
Is she going to sound like an old lady? I wonder what she's going to sound like.
No,
I
I
talked to her on the
think
Our new female sidekick is coming up. It's Marianne from Gilligan's Island. She still looks great. I saw her not that long ago. Would you?
Sure, absolutely.
I think I'd have to.
Just to tell everyone.
Just because.
No,
absolutely.
not to tell everybody.
Well, no, you wouldn't
I'm
say
married.
that.
I don't lose my kids.
You wouldn't text everyone the minute you had sex with Marianne from Gilligan's Island?
No, I would not.
Everyone
Prince had AIDS. That's the rumor. And he's a 30-year-old son, so the crack-headed prostitute sister may not get a dime.
Everyone has AIDS.
Wow.
And so this is the end of our story. And everyone is dead from AIDS.
More on that coming up, 6:12 right now. And, man, do not forget your mama. And I'm a guy, you're a gal. I don't know what you are. Maybe you're both. Maybe you're Bruce Jenner. Excuse me. Sorry. Caitlin, forgive me, baby. I'm just saying, do it now or you'll forget. It's going to take you 30 seconds, maybe a minute to get on proflowers.com. PROW. What?
Go on. I want to see you finish it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
P-R-O. How do you spell proflowers? Yeah, come on, I know. Are you kidding me? You talking to Mancow Muller? English lit major, PROFLOWERS.com, and put in my name, MANCOW, and you can get 100 blooms. That's 100 blooms and a free vase for $19.99. Isn't Mom worth it? We're headed to Mackinac.
When you say we're, you mean you?
No, the show. We're going to do Jane Seymour's coming up, and we're going to go to Indiana, and I want to know how you're voting,
delightful,
how you're feeling, who is going to win Indiana. I want to know. Where is he? Edgar?
What's up,
Hey, Mancow. Good morning. Love the show.
Who you voting for?
I'm voting for Cruz, man.
Why, sir?
As a new voter, I'm interested in facts. Yeah. And, you do your research, you look around.
Why are you, I want to hear, why are you a new voter?
I'm a new voter. I wasn't able to vote before. I wasn't a citizen.
Oh, okay. So you're basically you hate Trump because he wants to keep illegals out.
No, that has nothing to do with it.
No, nothing to do with it. Okay. Interesting. More on that coming up. Oh, man, is Mackinac spectacular, Edgar.
You take the long drive up I-75, and you take a ferry ride that will pass by
It's pure Michigan, Al.
And a bridge.
Yep, there's a bridge.
And amidst the bluest water is an island that is pure Michigan.
I love it.
Many make the trip to Mackinac Island for the pleasure of a bike ride.
Yeah, they have bikes.
Or to check out a Grand Hotel.
The Grand Hotel is there, yeah.
Or enjoy a horse-pulled carriage ride through streets filled with horse crap. It doesn't bother anybody.
Horse everywhere, horse crap
because Mackinac Island is our getaway from work.
Mm-hmm.
It's for pleasure and relief. And even horses are allowed to take a moment to have some pleasure.
Yeah, they pee nonstop. They pee nonstop.
Mackinac Island. It's pure Michigan.
Jane, how are you?
I'm good. Somewhere in Time.
Somewhere in Time. I go every year. Your picture's still hanging there from the movie Somewhere in Time, and I've seen pictures. I guess your daughter goes and signs autographs and stuff.
She went one time, yes, but with her husband. It was quite funny. I couldn't go, and they said, would she come? And she was actually the same age that I was when I made the movie. And
wow, how about that?
Did her up, and she looks like a clone of me, so they all got very excited. And bless her, she, met everybody. But every October, they have a Somewhere in Time week where they all show up dressed up in the costumes and reenacting the whole movie. It's sold out every October. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Do you go back ever?
I have. I went back the last October, and I actually had the dress, the famous dress from the scene in the theater, the white one, remade, and I wore it, and oh my gosh.
The geeks went crazy. Jane, I go every year. I love sitting on that. That's the biggest porch in the world. It's the world's oldest wooden hotel because all of them burned down, and it is the site of one of the most romantic movies of all time with Jane Seymour, Christopher Reeve, called Somewhere in Time. And Jane, I'm looking at you online here, and you're in my room on Mackinac Island at the Grand Hotel saying shh in that beautiful dress from Somewhere in Time, the recreation there.
There you go. Isn't it beautiful?
And next time I have you on, I have to talk about your deal with Satan.
Satan?
Because something's gone. She's done some. Look at this picture.
Yeah.
She hasn't aged.
Wow.
Woo! And whatever deal you made with Satan, I need to see if you can get together with Beelzebub and my wife, and we can maybe hook up the same people. Jane, every time I'm there, my wife and I, you know what I'm going to say, the tree where you...
Oh, yes, you do the tree thing, dear.
You have to do the tree thing.
What's the tree thing?
You have to see the movie to get it. We always do the tree thing on Mackinac. And, a lot of people from Chicago go there. It's a drive and a ferry. Jane Seymour. I think you and I would fall in love there, Alf. You and I went.
I sincerely doubt that.
No, it's a very romantic place, dude. One of those beautiful places in America. So if you can't afford to take your mama to Mackinac, get her some flowers. Al, I have to tell you the very worst. The worst that I ever had was radio station KLSI. Okay?
Okay.
KLSI. #1 for music and fun.
K-Sly?
And Classy.
Oh, classy.
KLSR.
Sorry, went the wrong way on that.
And don't forget,
classy.
when you hear
it sounds classy.
When you hear ABCs, when Smokey sings, caller 93 gets a free pack of Velveeta.
Oh boy, well, that is classy.
What? Billy, angry, man, kick somebody off stage. You will hear that coming up, but not yet.
And now it's time for the Mancow Mystery Movie.
Excuse me. I'd like to say I'm really glad and proud to be here tonight. True love is hard to find. Sometimes you think you have true love, and then you catch the early flight home from San Diego, and a couple of nude people jump out of your bathroom blindfolded like...
It stops right there.
Think you know the answer? Call the cow now at 312-591-ROCK or 591-ROLL. That's 312-591-ROCK or 591-ROLL. The Mancow Mystery Movie.
Rusty Cooter was a Denny Hassard victim. He's coming up. The new lead singer of this band, STP, is it someone else named Scott? Sports headlines coming up, and our friend Billy melts down.
It's the Mancow Morning Show podcast, so no prizes for you. Listen live for the free stuff weekday mornings 5:30 to 9:30 on Chicago's classic rock station 97.9 The Loop.
Someone asked Lion Ted if he actually heard the tape from the New York Times. Wow, does Cruz look like an idiot on TV right now? Well, I don't know. Look, Ted Cruz is advertising heavily on this program, so I'm not going to be bashing Ted Cruz. I'm not going to. I'm sorry. You spend money on this show. You help me feed my kids. Hope you understand.
Did you see Carly Fiorina fall off the stage? And Ted Cruz didn't even...
Ted Cruz didn't
even offer a hand?
There's
nothing.
good news. There's good news, my friend. There's good news.
What's the good news?
She fell on her face. So,
okay.
Will, hello. Will, no, I want to go to who first? I want to go to Aaron first. Hi, Aaron. What's up?
Hi, Mancow. Love your show.
Thank you, man.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know who I was voting for.
Please.
Donald Trump.
Yeah. Well, you guys have so much power right now. I wonder if Indiana realizes how much power, and you can really put us out of our misery today. You really can. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's go to Will. Will, hello.
Good morning, sir. Love your show.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, everybody listening out there in Indiana, I just want to remind you the polls are open. Get out and vote, despite the partisan nonsense. Just
get out and vote. I agree with you. I agree with you. You know that Trump has more votes, I think they said, than anyone in primary history, in Republican primary history. Do you know that Hillary has less votes now than she had against Obama? That shocks me. Billy, our friend Billy from the Smashing Pumpkins, got a little angry. Someone jumped up on stage. Is it cool or uncool how mad he got? Get the F off my stage before I punch you in the effing face.
Hell yeah, man. I met Denny Hester once, and you know what? He raped me. And if I see that bastard again, I'm going to kill him. Woo-hoo!
The Mancow on the Loop. This is Mancow.
628.
Fish, and he'll eat for a day.
At 7:50, the key word gets you the key. That was fun yesterday.
It's the Mancow.
And by the way, one of these keys is going to start our first rockin' bike, which is a green 2016 Harley-Davidson. It's spectacular. And you also get $50 to slot play at Stella's Place and Shelby's. You like to play. I love filling slots.
I do.
Man, I love playing slots. And $50. Depends where you're at.
You could win $1 million with that.
Yeah, sure you could. Anyway, powered by Gold Rush Gaming and Prairie State. And our thanks to Chicago Harley-Davidson for the motorcycle. $750. So coming up a little over an hour, I guess, right?
Yes.
And our new co-host today, Marianne, the Marianne from Gilligan's Island.
Oh, this is a tale of the man cowboy. He for a long, long time.
I used to rub it and think of her.
He used to crank to Marianne. Damn, that babe's still fine. Those little tight shorts, the gingham tops, coconut cream pies, those rock hard thighs.
Yes.
She's still
like to eat her pie.
You know the time, you know the place. Here on Mancow's Face.
It's best to play that before she walks in.
I want her to soak my goatee.
Yeah. Cab drivers turn around.
Today in Loop Rock history.
Set back to May 3rd, but the year 1968, Jimi Hendrix recorded his iconic hit, Voodoo Chili. The song was for his third and final album, Electric Ladyland. Supposedly, the recording of the entire album was more of a frat party than a recording session. Bass player Noel Redding describes the scene as, quote, tons of people in the studio, you couldn't move, it was a party, not a session, end quote. With Jimmy keeping up with the constant party atmosphere as well as a demand for perfection with the numerous takes, it caused lead engineer Chaz Chandler to sever professional ties with him. But this is Jimi Hendrix we're talking about, so of course, it didn't matter. The album shot to number 1 in the U.S. charts and has become his most commercially successful album to date. Sadly, Jimmy didn't get to see the song Voodoo Chili hit number 1 in the UK singles chart. He died 2 months after it got there. Today, we salute an iconic track from one of the greatest guitar players to ever play. That's your Loop Rock history, and I'm Tim Virgin.
Channel 2, and we're on live on Channel 5.
I like playing my kids, my sweet little daughters, just because it pisses Al off. You know,
the joy in their voices.
Much like Satan, anything that is joyous and lovely and beautiful and artistic, or anything that isn't just hateful shiznit, he rolls his eyes at.
Yep.
Ugh.
Not true, but what was so joyous and lovely about that?
Did you not hear the Muller twins?
Yes, that's exactly what I heard.
They were licking giant Lollapalooza lollipops.
10-year-olds got.
You ever want to burn this place down?
Yes.
You mean no?
No.
You heard the story, right? I mean, look, I want more vacation. You want more vacation. Ruben Cruz, 20-year-old guy, worked at the furniture store there in Woodridge. I've been to that store. He wanted more time off. They said, no, you've been missing too much time already. You're not due any more vacation time. So he did what you do. He said he had a lot of tension. So he started a fire. $70 million later, he's facing 20 years in prison. The good news is he doesn't have to work anymore. This is Axl Rose.
Sounds great.
Rehearsing. It's not a great recording, no, I know.
No,
but
it sounds great, though, if you listen.
That sounds great. It sounds like I can't even tell what it is.
I'd rather listen to the Muller daughters sing.
No, you wouldn't. This is Axl rehearsing with AC/DC, our top secret recording.
Well, if you watch the video, you see the guy's shoe. So it was he snuck the recording.
Hey, I want to tell you something. I did hear enough. I thought it sounded way better than.
Oh yeah, it sounds great.
Wow. What is? Oh, this is Shoot to Thrill he's doing, huh? Wow. From no Axl Rose to way too much Axl Rose in our life in a couple of months.
Yes, I used to wrestle with my favorite teacher in the gym, Denny Hester. Coach Kiss Me, he told me to call it.
What?
We'd wrestle, then I'd get sleepy. When I woke up,
drugged you.
My butt hurt.
Oh, man. On the loop. Denny Hastert, I'd be okay with that guy getting the death penalty. I really would.
I'm smoking a lot. I quit for a while because I realized that this was not a good sound to hear when you wake up in the morning. Hey, lungs aren't supposed to make that noise, huh?
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Gotta Dance Rance.
Gotta Dance Rance?
That's right.
Cool.
I like to sing. I like to dance.
I see what I get it.
Are you coming in to audition for us?
Marianne is coming in
having an
from
audition.
Gilligan's Island, our new co-host.
Are you interested in performing here?
Are you serious?
Is that why you called?
You've never heard of me? Gotta sing, gotta dance.
I thought everybody heard of Gotta Dance.
I'm very busy.
Gotta
Hold
Dance
on a minute.
Rance.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
What?
Do you hear what that is? Seriously, did you hear that? the lullaby of old Broadway.
I have enjoyed this little
Come on
song,
along
but
and
I gotta
listen
go. Okay.
Ma'am, please.
Thank you and goodbye.
Ma'am. Got my top hat.
Okay, I'm putting a trace on you, buddy. You'll be dead by morning if you go again, okay?
Oh, wow. Let the man take over.
Just hold on, buddy. I got the cops on the other line.
Sure, yeah, cops care about a guy that wants to dance. What a jag-off. What a jag-off.
And now, it's time for the Mancow Mystery Movie.
Excuse me.
CDC Sports Headlines in minutes.
Cubs ace Jake Arrieta receives a rare honor.
In 1 hour from now, 1 hour market, I will give you the keyword that could give you the key that could start the Harley. If you don't drive a Harley, hell, you can sell it and make a ton of money. Someone with this key is going to start this thing, and we're doing it every week. Evanston, Priscilla.
Hi, Mancow. Love you. Love your show.
Your dead sister has contacted you. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear what the dead have to say.
Play trucking.
Yeah, right.
Stupid.
Free
So
bird.
stupid. No, see, the Grateful Dead played. Never mind, Al.
From race bike man to outlaw shopper, the Rock of Chicago all day.
97.9 The Loop.
This is a Cumulus station. This is WLUP-FM. Mancow on 97.9 The Loop.
Me work hard 5 days a week, sweeping garbage from the street.
I guess I don't have to worry about my hockey beard anymore,
not
huh?
one book to read.
No, that barely became Peach Fuzz this year.
Sit right down in
I
favorite
still
chair.
love hockey. Hockey's still my
Wearing
favorite.
only underwear. Favorite night is Saturday night. 'Cause me can watch hockey fights. Me like hockey. Me like hockey. Me like hockey.
Yes. 650 right now.
Hello. Yeah, put Paul on the phone for me.
Yeah, this is.
Say, brother, this is Leo Devlin. What this I hear about you cussing out some of our employees at that tax office there where you live?
Tax company?
Don't be going in there cussing out folks.
Oh, man, I don't even know who you talking about.
You don't remember that?
I ain't went off on nobody, man.
Hold your ass on. Let me pull up this file.
Oh, man, who did I file my taxes with?
Now, either you went off on the folks or you didn't.
Oh, man, you.
Hey, would you help me get that cat out of my pit bull's mouth?
Are you nuts? No way.
I'll give you $1.
What's $1 going to get me these days?
More than you think. Did you know that you can get a crack whore who'll let you get freaky for up to 20
Wow.
minutes for only 99 cents?
That's a deal.
That is a deal. And only 7 cents per minute after that.
Sounds awesome. But I bet I can only use my crack whore really late at night or on the high holy days.
Nope. That price is good anytime, anywhere. Just plop down $1 and have at it. And with a crack whore, your friends and family can get the same low rate. Nighttime, daytime, Father's Day, Mother's Day, any day.
Wow. A crack whore for 20 minutes for just $1?
That's incredible.
Let me have that dog.
Now you can get a crack whore too. Just visit your local warehouse district or deserted industrial zone. Some crack whores may have horrible life-threatening diseases.
Oh, right now, Turd. Hello? Turd? Yeah,
Yep,
hello?
yeah. That's him.
I don't know if it's him or not. Hello?
Mancow.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? It's the worst show ever. All you doing is talking about this Prince guy. Nobody cares about that little sissy boy. Are you kidding me?
I think you're wrong.
The artist formerly known as Alive. Who cares? It's a rock and roll station. Are you kidding me?
The artist formerly known as Alive?
As Alive. His new symbol's a purple smiley face with X's for the eyes. That's his new symbol.
Oh, my God.
I bet a lot of our audience agrees with Turd.
This is just horrible. Horrible. You know what? You should do a song. You know, you want to do a new song for Prince, the artist formerly known as Alive?
Yeah.
Little Red Coffin. Little Red Coffin.
Oh, that's no.
Stick on me in an elevator.
All right. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Dude, that's cold.
Goodbye,
man.
Tacky.
That is just cold, Turd. Cold.
He knows you love him.
I know. That's why he's doing it.
That's why he's doing it.
Because he hates me.
I can see the tracks of Love Cheese's tears on his face.
True.
Turd?
He's been crying so hard.
You got a little Love Cheese all teared up here. Turton wants me to do tacky songs.
Yeah, Mancow Mullet wouldn't be that tacky.
No.
Prince
maybe this one.
Yes, he had AIDS. They said it was the flu, but it was
80 pounds? He had AIDS?
Not HIV, but full-blown AIDS.
That's what they're saying. So a 30-year-old son, all the people that are coming out of the woodwork that say they were related to him, nobody's going to get any money. Looks like he had a bastard child. that would get everything.
Prince Snow.
Here's my theory on this.
Maybe a bastard that never met him.
Okay, now see, if he ends up having a bastard child, that will blow this theory out of the water.
So some hoe gets on her back, gets a quick DNA shot from Prince. This kid's been ignored for 30 years. All of a sudden,
perfect.
But I'm thinking,
I wish my mom had been a whore with Prince.
If you're Prince and you've got a $300 million estate,
yeah, will.
You're not stupid. You don't have a will on purpose. You have a crack hoe sister and 5 half brothers, no wife or anything.
Yes.
He didn't want them to get anything.
No,
let them fight over it, and they'll be too stupid to end up with anything.
It's
not ridiculous.
No, if he was smart, he could have kept everything from him.
For what?
With a trust, a will.
For whom?
Fast and hard and in less than a minute.
Presidential candidate Ted Cruz is in Indiana.
Big day for you, Indiana.
He's optimistic about the primary race and how he'll fare against GOP frontrunner Donald Trump.
We are seeing enthusiastic, energized crowds.
Mostly Prince's surviving siblings appearing in court in Minnesota to begin trying to sort out his multi-million-dollar estate.
An Illinois class action suit says Starbucks uses too much ice in its drinks.
Delta is trying new technology to help track your bags.
Florida man accused of plotting to bomb a Jewish center.
Almost all of Motor City's 96 public schools closed by a teacher sick out.
A Belgian-led team discovering 3 Earth-sized planets orbiting an ultra-cool dwarf star.
More severe weather is forecast for parts of the south and southern plains.
First U.S. cruise ship in decades has arrived in Cuba.
Secretary of State John Kerry in Geneva.
The governor of Tennessee has just signed into law a bill allowing staff members to carry guns on public college campuses.
Voters in West Virginia won't be able to say they weren't warned. Taking a selfie in the voting booth is strictly prohibited.
5 minutes away from 7 a.m., 6:55 at the Loop. In under an hour, I'm going to give you a key word to start this Harley. More details coming up. Marianne, she's here. She's in our green room. We're going to bring. What does she sound like? What is she going to sound like on the radio? I'm really curious. But she's our co-host here. Sports headlines coming up. Your calls coming up. More of that secret Axl Rose audio.
Can't wait.
Is the new lead singer of STP Scott Stapp? I talked with Scott Stapp. This is a Mancow radio exclusive. Is the race card used too much in Chicago? And Christopher Darden, did he plug Marcia Clark? He's on the hot seat next. And we'll take your calls. Oh, doggone it. Priscilla, I wanted to get to you. I'll talk to you next. Hang on.
You! Yes, you! Stand still, laddie!
Wow, 7 a.m. on the nipple. I'm the Mancow. Pearl Jam, Soldier Field shows coming up. Interest?
Wrigley Field.
Excuse me, Wrigley Field. Any interest?
Oh, yeah. They've been playing like 35, 40 songs.
Our big Guns N' Roses show is
July 1st and 3rd. 2 shows, Soldier Field.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Got people bugging me for tickets already.
Huh?
The worst.
What's that?
Everyone wants Guns N' Roses
you think
tickets.
you could get me a couple of Guns N' Roses tickets?
No, how about you buy them? They're available, morons.
Yeah.
Hey, dummies, they're available. You could buy them for the second show.
Yeah. Yeah, and those, I'm telling you, the tickets are going to be easy. They're going to be so easy.
You can get them right now.
They're
Just
so
buy 'em.
easy. And I had a friend of mine text me, and hey, what'd you do for your wife for her birthday? Oh, just give him a few ideas. What are you doing for Mother's Day for? You getting her anything? Pro Flowers, they advertise and bring us in Pro Flowers for $20. Oh, hey, what about in July? Anything fun you're gonna do with your wife in July? No, I'm not kidding you.
Really? Just really fishing, huh?
No, it went on and on and on, and finally the guy, goes, hey, anything going on at Soldier Field?
Speaking of July.
No, just like this. Anything going on in July at Soldier Field? And I said, I don't know. I really didn't know.
You're not thinking about Guns N' Roses all day.
And then it's like, oh, is Guns N' Roses coming? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess they are, yeah. Hey, can I get tickets?
Right.
And then I really...
That's what the dance was for, the whole dance.
No, it went on for a half hour. And I just wanted to and it's this stuff is ending friendships for me. This damn phone. And the people that can't figure out group text, these morons... I'll send out some kind of little funny, hey, Mary Ann's going to be on the show. And my friend will go, great, I love Gilligan's Island. And then another one will go, who's this? You've got a 312 area code. Do I know you? And then there's just shut up. Who cares?
Hey, who's the guy with the 708 area code?
Yeah, why do you care who else is on my group text? It's driving me crazy. And then I'll send it a group text, including my mom, and somebody will send back the most X-rated.
Yeah. You shouldn't have Dennis Hoff and your mom on the same text.
No, I did. That was a mistake. Yeah. But one was a guy's finger, and he's going, and he's filming his finger. And then the girl's laying there naked, and I can't tell you where he puts the finger. And I was furious.
Yeah.
No, that was my brother-in-law, Claudio. And I can't get rid of him.
Right.
Well, you could.
It would cost you.
Okay, I'm coming to you. Don't worry, Marianne.
I don't care. I'm having a good time.
I know. She looks great, doesn't she?
She looks fantastic, by the way.
She's got that sexy. You got a Sarah Palin look about you. What happened?
Please.
You do. You have a Sarah Palin look about you. 7:02 right now. We're glad you're off the island. We're glad you're here.
What's up with the blonde hair?
There's
nothing.
her
as a straight brunette?
There's nothing I can say to her that hasn't been said a million times. You
I
realize
know.
that?
Yeah, I know.
There's no jokes.
Believe me,
I'll
try and think of something.
Oh, I am too. What can we say?
Believe I'll come up with something, Marianne.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Marianne, we have a long history together.
We do.
A very long history. And we'll talk about that coming up. We dated for a while. It didn't work out. But we're still friends. Yes, we're still friends. She's an older woman, taught me a lot of things sexually.
Oh, my God. Mother. Where's my mother?
Ann B. Davis is 90 today. Or she would have been 90. Did you know her?
No, but boy, she was funny. She was so good.
She was Alice
She's
on...
still alive?
She was also in Pee Wee Herman.
Dead. She's dead.
Large Marge?
She was not Large Marge.
She wasn't?
No, idiot.
Oh.
You a big Guns N' Roses fan, Dawn Wells?
Who are they? And of course. Okay. No, of course.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
On the island, we had no.
Today's a big day in Indiana. Are you? Who would you be rooting for? Would you be rooting for Cruz or Trump?
You want to get and talk about this?
No, just wait. We'll wait. We'll wait. And who was the greatest TV mama of all time? The greatest TV mama.
Oh, wow.
I would say Barbara Billingsley.
Yeah, I think so.
Who's this one? Chance to win something right now.
It's now time for Who's That Mama?
Now, I'm going to bring him a cup of coffee just like he brought me a cup of coffee this morning. And that, young man, is what marriage is made of. It is give and take 50-50.
Oh, can't stand her.
Name that famous mama and win. The correct answer wins a $50 gift code for Pro Flowers. So call the cow now at 591-ROCK or 591-ROLL and win your mama something nice.
So do you think Marcia Clark got the sexual chocolate?
I think so. They certainly implied that they got it on in the People versus O.J. Simpson.
That great miniseries.
Yeah.
I'll wait until Marcia
is
sitting next to me.
Will he answer?
To talk about it in greater detail. If I were to say I had a relationship with Marcia Clark, people would say we lost the case because we were more interested in intimacy than in the law and the facts. And that'd be an even worse position to be in.
Sunday.
Oh, he did it. He did it.
It's Mother's Day. Families from around the country.
Sunday, Mother's Day.
Love. Don't miss the homemade breakfast by kids. The spilling. The burnt pancakes. The undercooked eggs. Mother's Day. Sunday. See moms in restaurants waiting for a table on the busiest day of the year. And don't forget about flower delivery. $5 worth of flowers for $75.
No. It's $20 from Pro Flowers. So that easy. That easy.
Is your Mother's Day, is that going to be the kids with the burnt pancakes, or are you taking them out to the most expensive brunch in?
No, we're going to Roca Core for sushi.
Oh,
my kids love sushi. So.
Nice palate.
And you know where we're going. We're going to Skokie. Well, yeah, church probably, and then Skokie. They got a Roca Core now, so life is good. This is STP. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, this is Creed. No, wait a minute. Is Scott Stapp going to be the new lead singer of STP? Scott Stapp, what are you doing? You back on the road?
I'm excited to be back out on the road. Also been working on a new album with a new group of guys from some pretty well-known rock bands that you guys will know. I can't really share the details about it, but there's a lot of good things going on, man, and I'm excited about it. This other band that I'm jamming with is its own band with its own band name. And then, of course, I have my solo band.
Yeah, are you playing with STP?
I can't say, man. I can't confirm or deny. I will tell you this. There is a 6-degree separation connection between this new project and the band you mentioned.
By the way, STP immediately issued a statement saying we never even considered Scott
Stapp
would be
a big mistake
as our lead singer. Tabloid Tuesday, Dawn Wells co-hosting. Oh, boy. Billy Corgan pissed off, kicked somebody off stage. You'll hear that at 7:50. So, what, 40 minutes or so? The keyword that could get you a key that will start a Harley. Hang on. And Priscilla. Priscilla, are you there?
Hey, Mancow.
From Evanston, your dead sister appeared to you. I want to hear what happened. We'll do that next on The Loop.
The Mancow on 97.9 The Loop. The Mancow on The Loop.
Where to, Mac? To the city.
Mancow.
$7:12.
Hey, I used to go over to Denny Hastert's apartment on Sodomy Street in Plano, Illinois. We do blow.
Yeah. Sodomy
kiss.
Wow, really?
French kiss. He was a good kisser.
You and Denny Hazard?
There's one street I don't want you to tell me.
The Mancow on The Loop. It's now time for Who's That Mama?
Now, I'm going to bring him a cup of coffee just like he brought me a cup of coffee this morning. And that, young man, is what marriage is made of. It is give and take 50-50.
Name that famous mama and win. So call the cow now at 591-ROCK or 591-ROLL and win your mama something nice.
Racist to me, and I'm using that word correctly because racist is a very misused word. I hear wrong definitions all the time.
Boy,
Always
is it.
two wrong definitions.
Everything's
First
racist.
one I hear is anything that even mentions the word black is potentially racist. I'll hear people having conversations. They'll be like, "I didn't even like black pepper." Who is that racist? Well, it wasn't before. Unless you're referring to half of the group that's saying push it as black pepper. But the second definition I hear, people will use the word racist to describe when a white person does black people stuff. How is it racist for a white person to do black people stuff, but it's not racist to think that there's black people stuff?
You're a little bit racist.
Well, you're a little bit too.
I guess we're both a little bit racist.
Admitting it is not an easy thing to do.
But I guess it's true.
Between me and you, I think everyone's a little bit racist. Sometimes. Doesn't mean we go around committing hate crimes.
Now, Al, you hate white people, but only half of us, right? I mean, you like white women.
Yes, I love white women. They're the bestest. All you white male devils can go to hell.
But now, what about Marianne? Did you like her when you were a little boy?
Yes, she's a white woman. I still love Marianne.
What did you watch her on? What channel would you have watched her on as a kid?
It would have been Channel 9.
3:30 every day for me.
Channel 9 would have been Gilligan's
What
Island.
time? What time? Do you remember?
Oh, they'd move it around, but it would be before or after the Cubs game.
It is a very silly show. Very silly.
It's extremely.
It's beyond silly.
The more you think it, it's not very plausible.
Well, what? And yet my kids and it was ancient. It was ancient.
It was probably off the air before we were born.
Oh, no, but all these shows, what year did it go off, Dawn?
I think 1967 we stopped filming.
Okay,
we were on the air for 50 years.
So it was gone. But
wow.
when I think about it, it's like 60s music was so old. And you consider that kids today, our music of the 80s is much further away than our music was in the 60s.
Duran is the Beatles, older than the Beatles.
Then the Beatles were to us.
Yes.
I guess what I'm saying is the show was, what was it, gone 4 or 5 years by the time I discovered it. And it was, and I knew it, I thought it was ancient.
Yes. Right, exactly.
Bizarre. And yet my kids see it and they think, and they love it.
It was just every day. Every day.
A really, really stupid I'm just combing through information. We do a segment called Cocktail Party where I talk about useless information. And one of the things I found out was Gilligan didn't have a first name. That's why they called it. Nobody knew what his first name was, blah, blah. But I've always known his name was Willie Gilligan. He had a name.
Well, there's a debate about that. I don't agree with you.
Oh, I've always heard his name was Willie Gilligan.
Who'd you hear it from?
From you.
You lie.
Jonas Crumby was the skipper.
Right.
Marianne what?
Summers.
Marianne Summers.
Ginger what?
Rogers? No, Ginger, I don't know.
Grant. Ginger Grant.
Ginger Grant, that's right.
Professor Hinckley.
Yeah. Okay. I know all these. You caught me off guard here.
No, but Gilligan really didn't. There was a debate about the first and last name. Sherwood decided one name was it, you know.
I always heard Willie Gilligan.
No,
so I heard wrong. I had your tub toys. Those are worth quite a bit of money now, aren't they? The Gilligan's tub toys.
Oh.
That stuff
I don't know
is
about the toys in the tub.
They did merchandise a lot then.
Yeah, you're right. I have 2 or 3 of the little palm trees and little tiny miniature people.
Oh, they're the best.
Oh, they're worth 10 cents.
What?
They're worth 10 cents.
So you are, you're still part of the thing. You went on a cruise with the creator's son, Sherwood's son.
Yeah.
The 3-hour cruise. How many times have you been hired by cruise ships? And
a lot. And, we're still on with MeTV. I mean, you can't get away from us.
I love MeTV.
I love MeTV, too. You got kids. Did you raise them on that? Or
I did. And you know what?
Stern?
No, I'm telling you, I don't let them listen to any. I don't let them listen to this show. I don't let them listen to any shows. And we don't watch any of this stuff. And because there's a political agenda with everything, and I'm not interested.
Yes, you're right.
I'm not anti-gay. I'm not anti-straight. I'm not anti-left, right, black, white, whatever. They don't need politics. They'll get to it. And everything has to shove agenda. Every show has to be political and or violent or have a message. And I just like Gilligan is just innocent fun and the Munsters and Leave It to Beaver.
It's
and
escape, isn't it?
Now it would be called, Beaver would be homosexual. It would be called Leave It, It's Beaver. You know what I mean? That's what they do now. I just don't. I don't want any sexualization, gay or straight, around. I don't want my straight friends making out on the couch in front of my kids. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying, and I don't have children.
Do you get a cut of those reruns, or do you not get anything?
No, they get Jack. They get Jack Shiznit. You think she'd be sitting here in this crap studio?
Right. You paid me 10 cents to come here.
We have an old. We have such a connection. You can't even believe it. It goes back to me as a baby. And I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, or do you not know?
No, I'm not sure about that part.
I'll tell you coming up.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
Well, the name is Gene Muir. That was our connection.
Oh, yes.
My childhood friend who I lived with.
We'll talk about that later, too.
Yes.
I still don't know what it means.
I want to know. I want to know if you ever got it on with Gilligan. I want to know if you ever got it on with Marianne. I want to know. I wonder if you got it on.
The professor. Can we talk about the professor?
We will. Hang on. Bob Denver used to come in here. He loved me and he loved this show. And I'll tell you why I think he loved it, Dawn. Because we always had great marijuana. He loved his marijuana.
On the radio while you were talking?
Oh, yeah.
You're
he loved
kidding me.
No, we wouldn't sit. No, we would not smoke on the air.
Oh, good.
But we would smoke before the show and after the show.
Really?
Yeah. And he would sign the hats, and I gave.
He was such a dear.
I gave those away.
Yes, gave them away.
Why would you do that?
Tons of money now.
Yes.
He thought he'd get 10 more.
It was not. I never.
He didn't know I was going to
never expected him to be gone. The professor Russell Johnson was just a wonderful guy. Came through all the time. At one point, we had a dozen midgets in here. Oh, sorry, munchkins. A dozen of them from the Wizard of Oz.
We have them in every year.
And every year they would come in and we would do a show with them, and they're all gone. The first years of my show, we would always. I had 80 different Titanic survivors that I could get on.
Wow.
My dad told stories of as a kid talking to Civil War survivors. I mean, Gone with the Wind was they went to the store for nothing and bought Army surplus. Do you know that?
No.
Yeah, that's how they did Civil War movies. They went to Army surplus. They were still selling them.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, my point is, you're not going to be around much longer, and you're a real treasure.
I really am offended.
Wow.
I'll outlive you.
Yeah, you may. You may. You look great.
Damn
you
it.
look great.
I'm going to be 100.
You look great.
Someday.
Huge time in Indiana right now. Trump is like the drunk uncle, but this one actually has friends. He's entertaining as all get out. How will Trump do in Indiana? We want to hear your calls. 1-888-2-MANCOW. Sports headlines coming up.
Cubs ace Jake Arrieta receives a rare honor.
I want to know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide.
Oh, you know what else I want to talk about is all the crazy versions of Gilligan's Island that they tried to do or thought about.
Tell me what's on your mind.
Evanston, your dead sister visited you. What happened?
Yeah, so I was playing around with a Ouija board, and I heard from my dead sister through the Ouija board. And she...
Now wait a minute. Are you the woman that called up that was dealing with the occult and had a vision that Al Roker Jr. was going to lose his wife or leave his wife, and then she was going to commit suicide?
No.
You're not the same girl. Okay. So you're there in Evanston. Ouija boards are a bad idea. I don't like. Look, why mess with darkness? Why embrace death? I want life and love and joy around me, and I get the curiosity. Well, but you haven't seen what I've seen. Believe me, this is not stuff you want to mess with. Okay, so you're playing with the Ouija board. I've had one work for me. Once you actually have one work, you're not interested in the Ouija board anymore. So you don't want to, you'll never play with it again. So you got it to work, and your sister contacted you. What happened?
Yeah, my sister. So she basically went missing about 30 years ago, and she was telling me that it was our grandfather that murdered her, and that he had done so to keep these things that happened to her. She was saying that he molested her, and that she's buried in the woods, and that I should tell the authorities. So I don't really know what to do.
Well, I mean, you tell the authorities.
But they're going to think I'm crazy if I tell them that I heard it from a Ouija board. And
tell them. No, wait. I'll tell you what you do. You know what? God dang it. I have some cop friends in Evanston.
I was not expecting this to go this way.
I thought it was going to be. Okay, listen. You just say, you can call anonymously. If you want, I will call. Give me your sister's name and the location. I will call my friends. I don't know your last name, Priscilla. Give me the information, and I will do it for you. I don't know that I believe this. I don't know that a Ouija board knows this. Did you ever know what happened to your sister?
No, 30 years ago she just went missing. But
were you ever molested by this grandfather?
I was, and before she went missing, she said some stuff, and unfortunately, our grandfather is, sort of
is he alive?
Beloved person in Chicago. He's actually. Yeah, he's alive. And
wait. What do you mean he's a beloved person in Chicago? Do I know him?
You know what? He's been on your show. So I don't think they'll believe me because, he is this
Wait a minute, the grandfather's
person.
A well-known person?
And he's been on this show?
Yeah.
And you believe he murdered your sister and buried her in the woods?
I mean, that's what she was saying on the Ouija board.
I want you to hang on. I want to get as much information as I can, and I want to help you bring this man to justice. And if he's still alive, he could still be molesting kids. Do you have any children now?
No.
I hope no one in your family lets around children. I'm the Mancow. I want to keep her online. I want to talk to her off air for a minute. Coming up, Billy's meltdown on stage. You think he has a right if someone jumps up on stage and starts dancing around him?
I think he does.
Get the F off stage. I'm going to punch you in the face.
Turn him back into an a-hole.
You'll hear it. No, I think he was just upset. You'll hear it coming up.
You're listening to Mancow on the Loop. Mancow on the Loop.
Bring it.
And now, it's Mancow's In Your Face Sports with the Uptown Funker, Al Roker Jr.
Wait a minute.
Cubs in Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates for the first time since that one-game playoff last year. Cubs win 7-2. They're a Major League best 18-6. They play again tonight. And Cubs ace Jake Arrieta, Abe's favorite, named National League Pitcher of the Month.
No, he's a cheater.
Well,
guarantee he's a cheater.
I'm not gonna argue with you about this because there's more.
You can't fight with an idiot. I mean, why?
Wait, I'm an idiot because a guy sucked for his whole career and now he's jacked up and awesome?
You're an idiot because every day what you say is stupid.
Chris Sale is the man. He became an idiot.
Because when you talk, I say, wow, in my head, God, he's really stupid.
Or maybe you're dumb and you don't understand my intelligence.
Well, that could
that's
be.
It.
That's right.
We just can't.
If I had a sailor hat right now, I'd hit you. Okay.
Arrieta named Pitcher of the Month for the National League for the third month in a row, going back to last August. His April 5-0, an ERA of 1, and a no-hitter.
7:30 right now.
He pitches tonight. Yep. Sox, who are an American League best 18-8, open up a 3-game series at the Cell tonight against the Red Sox. The headline on the cover of the Sun-Times today
says,
does
anybody care?
Will you go?
Does anybody care?
You've got the best team in the American League. Will you go and see the White Sox play?
No.
Sports brought to you by Chicago Harley. If you're looking for the largest selection of new Harleys, look no further than Chicago Harley-Davidson 2929 Patriot Boulevard in Glenview. That's Mancow's In Your Face Sports on 97.9 The Loop.
I would love Marianne to straddle our hog. You like motorcycles, Marianne?
I've only ridden on one, and Andy Prine almost killed me, so it scared me to death.
Huh. Andy Prine, the actor?
Yeah.
Do you know there was a rumor for a long time?
That?
Well, I don't know if it's true, but there's a big internet deal.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that he killed Irv Kupcinet's daughter, the great writer in Chicago.
I doubt it. I mean, I doubt he killed her.
He was dating her. They were dating.
Yeah.
And Mark Goddard from Lost in Space found her body chopped up, and she was...
He found the body?
He found the body.
Where?
Irv Kupcinet asked him to take care of his daughter. Irv Kupcinet's a beloved guy. There's a statue a couple blocks over.
Right, I know.
And he was a good friend of mine. And the name Andy Prine came up a lot. Anyway.
I don't think so.
No, I'm not saying he did it, but that's what some people...
Well, you're saying he almost killed you on a motorcycle.
Yeah!
I take this all back. I know it was my first motorcycle ride, and he went around the corner to see how close to the ground you could be, and I was 3 inches from the curb in traffic in downtown Hollywood. Wow. I've never gotten on another motorcycle since.
Dawn Wells, I've had other people on the show that said it was, the way it was, the body was cut up and arranged, and they believe it was to copy this artist named Man Ray, and some people believe that she was also another victim of the Black Dahlia killer.
That's what the rumor I've heard.
So I mean, I've heard all kinds of stuff. So we shouldn't.
It'd be awful to be to not never know, though, wouldn't it? For the father. I mean, it would be terrible.
Are you kidding? Irv never stopped.
No.
The heartbreak never goes away.
This is the most depressing conversation. Are you sure I should be here? My mother would be so disappointed.
Let me ask you, is your mom still around? You keep talking about her. Now, let me ask you something.
I loved her.
Are you and I going to be lovers when you're in town?
How are we? Or are we going to?
Can we be lovers? I want to tell you something. You're before you.
Why do they always do that?
No, that's okay. She's before my wife. And I want to tell you something. My side action.
Your wife would give you a pass, right?
My side action. I've already got 2 girls right now. I got my wife. I got my side action. Very excited for her. She just scored her college entrance exam. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Good for her. What junior college is she going to?
We've done a lot of things, but we haven't gone all the way. She's such an SATs. Thank you, and scene.
Dawn, do you have regular guys in rotation right now?
Cut to the steering wheel. Marianne, is that guy hanging out there in the hallway? Is that your boyfriend?
He's my manager.
Is he your lover?
Well, none of your business.
Manager in air quotes?
Yeah.
What?
That's your lover?
No.
Oh, come on.
None of your business.
He's a very handsome man.
He is, and he's a lovely human being.
Does he wear an ascot?
No.
Is his last name Howell? Oh, it's just...
Oh, wait a minute.
You think today's stupid.
Story.
Imagine what a stretch it's going to be on Friday.
You don't have like a 32-year-old fireman that you text at like 3 in the morning to come over?
You ready for this? Sounds like Doris Roberts and my mom have a lot in common with other moms. 71% of moms surveyed just want to be left alone on Mother's Day. Oh, Mom. It's called The Wizard, a 2016 Harley-Davidson Sportster. The Iron 883. 883 cc's. Man, a throwback styler. You may have seen it. On what show, Al? Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
I was on that show, you know.
I know you were.
So you don't need to clean the iron. Just jump on and tear up the streets. You can go to WLUP.com for more details. In 20 minutes, actually 15 minutes now, wow. In 15 minutes, I'm going to give you the keyword that will get you a key that hopefully will start The Wizard. We're giving away one every week. Let's get something else away.
It's now time for Who's That Mama?
Now, I'm going to bring him a cup of coffee just like he brought me a cup of coffee this morning. And that, young man, is what marriage is made of. It is give and take 50-50.
Name that famous mama and win. The correct answer wins a $50 gift code for Pro Flowers. So call the cow now at 591-ROCK or 591-ROLL and win your mama something nice.
And the United States spends $7 billion a year on the agency, and that amount raises a few eyebrows. So recently, the TSA proposed a novel new cost-cutting measure. They plan to screen passengers from smaller airports only after they reach their destination. That's smart.
Stupid.
That's very efficient. That's like putting on a condom at the baby shower.
You watch these people, the TSAs. I mean, most of them.
It's a joke.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black.
Hey, Al, it's your theme song, man.
Hello. Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all.
Who was the black guy on Gilligan's Island? Oh, the Globetrotters.
That's right, yes. And it took until like 1978 for that to happen.
So wait a minute, Dawn Wells. So you I remember when you got rescued, and then you did a TV movie with the Globetrotters. I bought that movie on DVD recently,
Did you buy
right?
that movie? Wasn't it a great plot?
Oh, it was. So then you opened a hotel on Gilligan's Island,
Of
right?
course,
Was that with the Globetrotters?
That was before the Globetrotters.
And then there was a robot.
And then there.
You had a robot on when you tried to come back, right?
Yeah.
It tried to come. And wasn't there a plan for you guys to get in outer space?
I don't know. It's a good idea.
I interviewed Sherwood Schwartz, and I think he told me that they wanted to do. You guys got crash wrecked on another planet.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was another one.
Work. I like that one.
Then he wanted to put the Brady Bunch in the White House. Did you know that? He wanted to bring back the Brady Bunch. And what else did he create? Brady Bunch, Gilligan's, what else?
Well, he used to do all the I Married Joan and all that kind of stuff. I have a cute story to tell you about that someday.
Okay. You know that all of these things, all of these great shows that we still talk about, the Munsters, Beverly Hillbillies, all these shows that were still top 10, top 20 shows, were all destroyed because of one new word. And that one new word was demographics.
What do you mean destroyed?
Destroyed. Canceled.
Well,
Shiznit canned.
We were the top 10 when we were canceled.
They were all pulled off because of demographics. They decided they wanted a young, hip, urban crowd that would spend more money, and the first show was the Mod Squad. And slowly, and all these country shows, CBS hated the head of CBS. Oh my God, did he hate Green Acres and Beverly Hillbillies and anything with Mayberry RFD, any of this stuff. They had to get rid of it. They didn't want any more hick stuff. They wanted hip city stuff.
What was the reason they gave you for the cancellation?
I don't know what the reason was. Well, the reason was they moved us 3 nights in a row, 3 years, 3 different nights, Tuesday, Saturday, Friday, whatever it was, and we were moving into Monday. And Dennis Weaver had a pilot that they couldn't sell.
Was that the one with the guy with the horse?
With Dennis Weaver?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember
what
that?
the pilot was.
McLeod? What a stupid-ass show that was.
Yeah.
We could have more Gilligan's Island, but we got Dennis Weaver on a effing horse.
Wait.
Yes.
It was a new show. You don't even know what it was about.
Okay, go ahead.
And they canceled Gunsmoke.
The longest-running show in history.
This is the reason we were canceled, may I say.
Yes.
They couldn't find a place for
she
Dennis Weaver.
She just rolled her eyes
show.
at me. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to throw something at you in about 30 seconds if you let me finish the sentence.
Hey, if I want this kind of treatment, I can go home.
Exactly.
7:40 at the Loop. Go ahead. Mary Ann, Dawn Wells is here from Gilligan's Island.
Okay, do you want to know what the real truth is?
Yes.
We were picked up. We were going to Hawaii.
You wouldn't sleep with the head of the network, and he said, okay, your show's over.
No, that was somebody else.
Oh.
We won't talk about that either.
Oh, no. Yes, we will.
Everybody wanted the skipper.
Exactly.
Yes, go ahead.
Where was I?
I don't know. Why did you get canceled?
We were canceled because we were going to Monday night. They moved us 3 years in a row, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We were going to Monday night. They had a half hour they could not fill. They canceled Gunsmoke. Mrs. Paley.
Stop banging on that.
Is that picking up? Mrs. Paley.
Yeah.
Paley was the head of CBS. His wife, favorite show was Gunsmoke. She said, you can't cancel Gunsmoke, so they canceled Gilligan's Island. We were in the top 10 when they canceled.
And you broke the kids' hearts.
And Sherwood Schwartz made $90 million. CBS quoted me because they had me say that on the air on the reruns of Gilligan's Island.
$90 million.
$90 million of the reruns, not even the production, not Brady Bunch, and we didn't get a nickel.
Every month.
Every month.
Every year for a month, Al Lewis would host.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And he did the 2-finger swipe from the front to the back between my wife's legs. He did it to every girl.
Did it to the weather.
When he went on TV, you don't know, you can't figure that out?
I don't know.
2 fingers between your legs from the front to the back as you're standing there. He did it to every girl. My wife used to answer the phones here.
You mean molested them?
Yes, and he would grab their breasts and he would kiss them on the neck.
Well, did anybody slap him?
Well, he's 80, 90 years old at that point. And he would laugh at Grandpa Munster. And they would laugh. And they would laugh. Grandpa, the Munsters.
Yeah,
the Munsters.
Grandpa Munster.
Okay, was it OK Go? Who just did their song? Who just made their song?
Fallout Boy.
Fallout Boy. I mean, incredible. Anyway.
Uma Thurman.
So who was he? Who was he on TV with? He was grabbing her breasts and she's laughing and she didn't know how to react.
Yes, it was the.
It wasn't Ginger Z.
No, it was Michelle Lay.
Michelle Lay.
Not Michelle Lee.
Anyway, he's grabbing everybody. And he comes in, and I said, Al, Grandpa Munster. I said, Al Lewis. I said, you've got to stop this. I'm going to get sued. Al, right. Why do you not do this? Let me tell you something. And he's got that big cigar. Right. Let me tell you something. He goes, I got $800 a week to do the Munsters. Mm-hmm. I haven't done very much work since then. They haven't given me a dime. F them. And when I die, I want to see the light from that pyramid in Vegas, the Great Wall of China, and the women lined up to sue my estate because I got nothing. And the point of that is, this show still runs, still on MeTV. It's great. He got $800 an episode. Right. And that was it.
I think I was at $750.
Don't you think that's a piggish thing that this guy wouldn't, $90 million wouldn't toss you $1 million? Seriously.
But, of course. I think he could have been generous. However, that was the contract back then. There were no reruns. They've taken it to court. I mean, it's silly. Longest running show in the history of television is Gilligan's Island. Thank goodness for MeTV. I mean, you can watch all your favorite shows for nothing.
Are you getting paid by them? Tell me you are.
No, yes, what?
Yeah, okay, good. That's
okay,
what
good.
In other TV news, I am pissed.
Why?
Well, now I got to get my Jon Snow rest in peace Game of Thrones tattoo lasered off. Son of a...
Yes, he's back.
Ron Popeil, famous for?
The rotisserie.
Yeah, Ronco.
Pocket fisherman, if you're me. Hair in a can, smokeless ashtray, Chop-O-Matic, Veg-O-Matic, inside the egg scrambler.
Oh, it's classic.
He's still alive, and he's 81 years old today.
But really, we're a country that loves food. I mean, think about it. Once a week on the news, there's a piece on American obesity. They always show a big guy walk, and they'll block out his face, but that guy knows it's him.
7:43. Shut it down, because I got to get ready. Next, guys. Next, I want to do the key word, the word that gets you, key that will start this brand new Harley.
Rock and bike.
Pretty awesome.
A Cumulus station.
WLUP-FM.
Chicago, Mancow.
I've heard that.
Sinead O'Connor came out and said, look, she loves Arsenio being all weepy-eyed and everything, but Arsenio was Prince's drug dealer, that he got him all the drugs.
Wow.
They're also saying Prince had a bastard son that's now 30 that will get all the money. The crackhead whore sister with the purple hair, remember her, will not get a dime. We're hearing that Paisley Park is going to be turned into a tourist site.
And
Why wouldn't
make
you?
it into a Graceland. That's what the fans want to have happen.
Yeah, well, good luck. But what are you going to do? I mean, it's a really ugly complex. Geez, you've been there, I know. Our producer's been there many times. It's ugly. What are you going to do with it? What are they going to do with that building?
Well, Graceland's in the middle of a ghetto.
Oh, man, is that awful getting out? Is that amazing when you go to Graceland? Shoo! I always have to buy the Elvis Presley toenail clippers. Didn't Elvis hit on you? Didn't you? Weren't you Elvis's girlfriend?
Never met the man.
Oh, I thought there was some connection with you.
Oh, you got me connected with everybody.
Well, I in my mind, you've slept with everybody but me.
Did. And where was Marlon Brando when I wanted him? Dead and gone.
Oh, man. Well, you
busy with men.
You wouldn't have wanted...
I wouldn't have wanted him anyway.
Who was the rumor that he was in love with?
Brando?
Yeah, wasn't Mr. Peepers his boyfriend or something?
Oh, no.
Wally Cox? No, who was Brando's boyfriend? They always said.
Have a boyfriend.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, coming up, Kevin Hart fell, Carly Fiorina fell, and Kelsey Grammer fell. All that coming up.
And Kevin Hart didn't have fall.
And who would think Dawn Wells, TV's Marianne from Gilligan's Island, would be a Wanda Sykes fan?
I remember when Tiger Woods was black.
Unbelievable. All right, here we go. So what were you asking me, Dawn, about the... And you don't care if I call you Marianne, do you? At this point...
You can call me anything but Ginger. Go ahead.
Okay, so, yeah. And that's another... I'm going to tell you, quickly, that's another really stupid thing my entire life. Really stupid my entire life.
What?
Women that would say to me, well, I like Star Wars. No, that doesn't mean anything. Everybody likes Star Wars. Do you like Star Trek? Well, I don't like... I like Star Wars. Everybody likes Star Wars. And the other thing was Gilligan and Gilligan's Island, Marianne versus Ginger. Everybody wanted Marianne.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fake deal. Maybe it used to be on beer commercials. Remember all kinds of stuff.
What do you mean it's a fake deal?
It's a fake deal.
Why wouldn't they want Marianne more than Ginger?
That's what I'm telling you.
What he's saying is it's
nobody
no
wanted
contest.
Ginger.
There was never really any, no
He's saying it's fake that
there.
people wanted Ginger.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a fake fight. It's every bit as fake as the Globetrotters and the... I even did a song about how much I wanted you. Did you hear the song I did about you?
No.
I think you'll like it. Can we play it?
I think you'll love
Night Train?
What? Something like that. Listen to this, Dawn.
Okay, I'm listening.
Oh, this is a tale of the man cowboy. He for a long, long time.
Yeah, I can't.
He used to crank to Marianne. Damn, that babe's still fine. Those little tight shorts, the gingham tops, coconut cream pies, those rock hard thighs. She's still a star. You know the time, you know the place. Here on Mancow's Face.
What do you think?
I think that's very funny.
You pay me up, Al. Al said she's going to walk. Al said she would walk.
I got to have a copy to give to my children. I don't have any children.
You were asking me about how we do this motorcycle giveaway.
Yes, tell me. I want one. How do I win?
How does it work?
So you text whatever the keyword is, say what you're going to give to 312-979, and then you get a key if you qualify. And
312-979.
Everyone with a key tries to start it up, and
to
one
get the
person wins this very expensive motorcycle.
How do you qualify as a key?
You
He
text
gives the keyword
you
and
text
you
the
text
keyword that he's about to give you right now.
What if 10 people text
to
it?
312-979.
There'll be hundreds who will text it.
Well,
They pick
hundreds.
one.
Hopefully thousands. What are you talking about?
10. The
Probably
10
millions.
friends
There will
that
be
call
dozens.
Only one can get a key. Here we go. You're going to
There'll
text.
be like 6 people.
You're gonna. There might be like 14.
It's
There's
just
going to
your
be.
family. Speak up.
There's going to be.
What?
Do you have any of those shorts around anymore that you wore on that
I
show?
have the shorts.
That you haven't washed?
I don't know what I wore underneath them is the key.
I'm telling you these.
Wow, that's right.
I don't know. I looked at it. They didn't have bikini
only
underwear
had one
then.
pair of drawers with her.
When women leave
3-hour cruise.
When women leave Hooters, they take their shorts with them. You buy your orange shorts. And I've had girls tell me, and they think, well, you sell them for costumes or sell them to other people who don't work at Hooters.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you that the women have told me that if you put up your Hooters shorts
On like
and
eBay or something?
and say I haven't washed them, you can make a ton of money.
Do
I mean,
Hooters
I saw
girls wear shorts?
What's that? Yeah,
Do the
little orange
Hooters-
shorts. I'm telling you.
I thought that's low necks. I didn't
With
know
a
anything
blue
about the
cheese
shorts.
stain on the front.
I'm telling you, that's not blue cheese.
Oh, I'm leaving.
Stop it. I'm telling you, in Japan, I saw vending machines with panties and little Polaroids of the girls. Bizarre. I'm just saying, I think Marianne shorts are worth a ton of money.
Oh,
They are.
boy, they would be.
They're up for auction.
Are they?
Yeah, they could be.
Oh,
after
okay.
this conversation.
All right, we'll work something
The
out.
price
We'll work
is
something
going
out.
up as we speak.
All right, so the Wizard, a green 2016 Harley-Davidson Sportster Iron.
Ooh.
And don't forget to, and you also get $50 to fill the slots at Stella's and Shelby's, powered by Gold Rush Gaming and Prairie State. And this is all thanks to Harley-Davidson.
Nice.
It is called the Wizard. The Loop. Harley-Davidson. 312-979. Here's the word. Iron. I-R-O-N. Iron. Kevin Hart fell off the stage. You know little Kevin Hart?
I fell off the stage today. I don't know what happened. The excitement must have been overwhelming. I fell. And I'm not talking about a little cute fall. I'm talking about a full-fledged fall. I don't know how, but somehow I ended up underneath the stage with my hands in the air.
Only I can do the stupid that I do. I gave an emotional, great speech on stage about my last show, how amazing this tour was, and then bust my ass. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Somehow, I'm turning around, I'm talking one way, I turn back around, the panel to the stage was lifted up. I don't see it. I fall under the Most embarrassing thing was hearing a girl yell out, "Oh my God, he up under there." That was the part that was embarrassing. Kevin Hart up under there. Oh my God.
She's a good.
Our favorite fall of all time is my favorite 18 seconds in radio history. It's Kelsey Grammer at Disney, and he falls off the stage. Up next, Ted Cruz watches Carly Fiorina fall off stage and doesn't seem to care. It's hilarious.
Nothing.
But first,
he doesn't even look down.
So here's Fraser, the guy that played Fraser. What was he? Played
Kelsey
the mayor
Grammer
of Chicago
in Boss. It's great. Yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show.
So here is Kelsey Grammer. And he falls off the stage at Disney, and listen to him. He has a wherewithal as he's falling to say, "Oh, dear Lord."
Trip through It's a Small World pretending I was a UN interpreter. Oh, good Lord. Oh, I think I'm... Wow, that was really bad. So sorry for my language.
Ted Cruz on TV. We're going to bring jobs back to America. And then Chris Wallace says, well, wait a minute. Carly Fiorina, her first day, outsourced 30,000 jobs at Hewlett-Packard to India.
Whoops.
Well, she's a strong woman. Then they asked Trump, don't you think it's sexist here? You playing the lady card, the woman's card? And he looked at the camera and said, isn't Hillary? Isn't Hillary playing the lady card? Anyway, Ted Cruz's girl, Carly Fiorina, and luckily she landed on her face, so, there was nothing to see. But, she's hideous. Come on, Dawn. She's hideous. Anyway, she falls on. Today's a big day in Indiana. I want to hear who you're voting for. I want to hear what's going on at the polls. Please call us. Anyway, Carly Fiorina fell off stage. Ted Cruz does nothing.
Even I would have helped her, okay? She just went down. She went down a long way, right?
In 1 minute.
You'll find out tomorrow. So, Indiana don't want you.
Well, sir, you are entitled to have your rights, but I'll...
Indiana is the center of the political universe right now.
America is a better country.
Without you. Do the math.
I will...
You asked cases to drop out. It's your turn.
Well...
Take your own words.
Now, question that everyone here should ask.
Are you Canadian?
Do you want your kids...
Are you Canadian?
Do you want your kids repeating the words of Donald Trump?
By the way, you know that his wife has referred to him numerous times as an immigrant. You know that his own wife has called him an immigrant. He's an immigrant.
Cruz.
And Cruz, says, oh, no, I'm not Canadian. Trump's been saying Lion Ted's a Canadian.
All right, apparently there's a young man who's having some problems.
Ted Cruz in Indiana mad at a heckler.
I appreciate your sharing your views. One of the things that hopefully someone has told you is that children should actually speak with respect.
It's a 10-year-older.
Imagine what a different world it would be if someone had told Donald Trump that years ago. In my household, when a child behaves that way, they get a spanking.
It's the Mancow Morning Show podcast, which means you can't call in. Well, you can, but you're going to end up talking to some part-time bored up with a speech impediment. Listen live for the real deal. Weekday mornings 5:30 to 9:30 on the Loop.
Hell yeah, man. I met Denny Hester once, and you know what? He raped me. And if I see that bastard again, I'm going to kill him.
The Mancow on the Loop. It's now time for Who's That Mama?
Now, I'm going to bring him a cup of coffee just like he brought me a cup of coffee this morning. And that, young man, is what marriage is made of. It is give and take 50-50.
Name that famous mama and win. The correct answer wins a $50 gift code for Pro Flowers. So call the cow now at 591-ROCK or 591-ROLL and win your mama something nice.
Stop a girl that I go out with from having a good time, right? Girls just want to turn down for what? Never stop them. Because it's fun for me, Because then I get to figure out how drunk she is, Yeah, because women come in 3 levels of drunk. Bossy, flirty, and sleepy. Those are the 3 levels. And it's always in that order. Bossy comes first, right? You ever notice that after a glass of wine or 1 beer, your girl's like, guess who's here? And she just starts hashtagging things like hashtag I'll run this, hashtag doing big things, hashtag Beyonce halftime. And if you've been with your woman long enough, right, you know that all you got to do is match her demeanor and you'll survive the night, right? Yeah, so if she gets excited about something, you get excited about the same thing. And if she gets mad at something, you better get mad at the same thing. Yeah, or she'll get mad at you. Because women are like Tupac when it comes to emotions. Yeah, they're like, you with me and not, ride or die. We going after their label, staff, and they crew. Like, calm down, Becky.
Do you want to tell these rock gods what Rob Halford said to you about the rock camp and what he wants to dress you in?
No. Apparently, I'm
what
going
he's going to do to you on stage?
Apparently, I'm going to be in a gimp mask, and there's going to involve a fist.
Zach? I got a good Father Halford story, though.
Rob Halford.
Yes, the legend, the voice of the metal god.
Yeah.
Rob, I
Judas
guess when they
Priest.
were doing when they did the roast
Not
on me,
a condom, but yes.
Right? That Rob comes on and he just goes, so Zach, when we're opening up for Judas Priest with Black Label, he goes, so Zach, he goes, every night when I go past your nuclear submarine, I can hear Elton John blasting out of that submarine. He goes, Zach, let me tell you something. Do you know how gay it is that you listen to Elton John? That's
okay.
what Father Halford said.
That's okay. What was your submarine? Your trailer?
Yeah, yes, the bus.
Okay.
The tour bus, yes.
You speaking all these weird words. I don't.
Yes, well, it helps when you're on the Mancow show.
I talked to Halford about Chicago and how did it never come out that he was gay, and he said, look, you would get these metalhead kids, adults, legal, but, young guys, and he goes, hey, they wanted to meet Rob Halford. He goes, and I'd have him back at the Radisson, wherever, and he goes, I'd be getting him face down as hard as I could do it to him, and it was over. He said, they were shell-shocked. He goes, they're not going to tell anybody. These guys aren't going to talk. I mean, that went on.
It's either the best story ever or the worst story ever,
no,
right?
He told me.
I met Rob Halford, but
he told me backstage at the Rosemont Theater, and it's like, yeah, metal. He gave it to that guy Freak. Remember that used to work here? He gave that all night long. Can you imagine you're just a fan of Judas Priest? Or Zach Wilde, imagine. I love
ram it down to a whole new meaning.
I love Black Label Society. You wake up, you're laying there, he's smiling next to you. Do you know the worst part of going down on Zach Wilde? Some hippie saying, I'm not really Zach Wilde.
Judas Priest! Judas Priest!
Hell yeah! Don't ever get it in a car.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, he did. He's brilliant.
803 at the Loop. Listen, I want you to go to Rock Camp with me. Rockcamp.com. You can hang out with me and Paul Stanley, or me and Judas Priest. Going to be wicked awesome.
Heavy metal rules. All that punk sucks. It doesn't belong in this world. It belongs on Mars, man. What the hell is punk shit? Madonna can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. Seriously, heavy metal definitely rules. Twisted Sister, Judas Priest, Stocking, Ozzy, Scorpions, they all rule. Yeah, she's tripping Jack Daniels. It all rules. All that rules.
All right, what about drugs on the set? Did she ever get it on with Gilligan? Marianne is here. I'm gonna ask you next. Hang on. Oh, sports headlines.
On 97.9, The Loop. The Rock of Chicago is on.
The Loop.
97.9.
Rudy, come on!
Mancow on 97.9, The Loop.
Hey, Mr. President, I know you.
Yeah, the president's got the plan. Put everybody on welfare. And by the way, whether you want them here or not, these delightful refugees we're letting in that don't have any skills, over 90% of them, over 90% statistically, will be on welfare. I just wonder where it stops. You see what's going on in Detroit? They're basically shutting everything down. See, you need more programs and more, and then the programs for the programs, you need programs and programs. And we see it in Chicago. At what point do you just go, well, we don't have any more? There's no one else we can bleed. We can't take anymore. You see what's going on in Detroit, right?
Well,
and they're giving them poison water.
Too.
That's the government. You think the government cares about you? Ask a Native American. Ask the children. Ask those that went through the Tuskegee experiment. Ask the children of Detroit how much this government cares about you. We have the illusion that they give a shiznit, and they don't.
When did they?
And let's bring over more. And because they know how these people will vote, that's why Obama wants them in. They know they're going to vote for programs and freebies and more government, so it's more power for the government. Bring them in. Bring them in. And do we have the food? Do we have the space? Do we have the money? We probably do, except for all the stealing, right? Oh, and if that's not good, if you don't think like you got effed enough by this government, now you find out your kids were being effed by Denny Hassert, the third most powerful man in America for a long, long time. And we've always heard that these upper echelon folks are all pedophiles. We've heard this forever. Danny Hasser was raping little kids, and how many years did he keep them silent? There's men in their 50s crying because of this guy. He got how much time in jail?
15 months, and that's not even for the rape.
15 months. Put a bullet in him is what they ought to do. Raping children.
One of his victims is dead.
Have you guys been watching the news, what's going on in Detroit? All the schools they're closed. They don't have any money. The lights are all turned off. Water is being shut off for like 80,000 people.
Well, that might be a good thing.
Yeah. But do you want lead poisoning to make you
sick? Right.
Well, maybe the lead poisoning is better. At least you die stupid. You don't know you're dying if you drink that water. Coming up, off to Indiana. Again, we keep doing the same stuff over and over and wonder why it's not working. Well, that's the very definition of insanity. It's 8:12. I want to hear how you people are voting. What's going on in Indiana? I'm dying. Come on, call me. I've gotten some calls. I want more. What is happening right now in Indiana? All right? And do you need a job? Do you? What do you think of this? What do you think of this job? Can you do sports, Marianne?
I can do sports.
You
what
can
do you want to
do anything. Yeah.
We got the first bid, didn't we?
You
we got the quarterback.
You want to replace?
She's a huge football fan.
Do you want to replace this this angry one-footed black man?
No, I think he's wonderful.
No, he is. He is. Anyway, look.
That makes one of you.
If Mystery Mom contest going on, we're off to Indiana. It has not been easy for the man Trump calls Lion Ted. And Trump's supporters are, well, they're aggressive.
In 1 minute.
You'll find out tomorrow.
So,
Indiana don't want you.
Well, sir, you are entitled to have your rights, but I'll tell you this. America is a better country.
Without you. Do the math.
I will protect
you ask cases to drop out, it's your turn.
Well,
take your own words.
Now, question that everyone here should ask.
Are you Canadian?
Do you want your kids,
Are you Canadian?
Do you want your kids repeating the words of Donald Trump?
Boy, that young Michael out of Gary, Indiana was funky, wasn't he?
He was.
And way better than Prince. We all agree on this now. Michael was way better than Prince. So Prince got his drugs from Arsenio. He died at 80 pounds and had AIDS.
80 pounds.
No money.
Well, allegedly.
Figured out where it was going to go. The crackhead sister may get it. They've already opened the vault with thousands of songs. We're going to see the cheapest, crappiest collections. They're going to release everything, this family.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Or whoever gets the rights to him.
So how smart is he? How smart is a guy that dies? With
I don't think he wanted his family. I think he wanted his family to fight over it.
It's a stupid theory, man.
Or didn't want him to have it.
Theory.
No, it's not.
Here's Sinead O'Connor says Arsenio was his drug dealer. Here's Arsenio.
You know, I was aware of hip pain that he had, and I never talked about that kind of thing or got into that kind of stuff. I knew it. And, but guys don't, how your hip, man? Guys don't even have those kind of conversations.
In modern America, you don't need facts to argue. You don't have to have, Hillary never met a fact. Yeah, it's all emotion. You just got to have a slogan and a pretty smile and a pantsuit that looks like Dr. Evil. If you're Hillary, who picks out those clothes? Some commie?
She needs a new stylist.
Dresses like Emperor Palpatine.
Well, what's she wearing? You want her to wear like mini dresses and stuff? What do you want her to wear?
Just something with a different color.
I mean, with that body, you can't pull off many looks.
She could dress up as the Liberty Bell on Halloween.
Brother, a Nehru jacket screams communism. Sorry.
Well, the whole thing is she has to cover her neck because she has extra skin there. And like when she talks, if it's not covered, her skin on her neck looks like it's talking too, so it looks like she's debating her own neck. It looks like she's neck and neck with her own neck in this race. It's incredible.
Hi, I'm looking for a psychic.
Okay, where did you get my number from?
My friend Teresa went to you like a month ago and said you're really accurate. Is that true?
Yes.
Wonderful. What's your fee, darling?
I have tarot cards for 100.
Well, I have no hands, darling. Does that make it difficult to do my palm?
You can do cards.
What time will I be there tomorrow? Do you know?
Probably won't even show up. When you're good and ready, you'll come over.
Well, what time will that be? I want to see how accurate you are, darling, before I hire you.
Well, it's a psychic reading. And I know it sounds like it's a joke for you, and I know this is just a funny phone call for you, but this is a business. And it will all happen again.
It's now time for Who's That Mama?
Now, I'm going to bring him a cup of coffee just like he brought me a cup of coffee this morning. And that, young man, is what marriage is made of. It is give and take 50-50.
Name that famous mama and win. The correct answer wins a $50 gift code for Pro Flowers. So call the cow now at 591-ROCK or 591-ROLL and win your mama something nice.
All right, Dawn Wells.
What?
I have your cookbook. I have your cookbook, and I have made Jonas Grumby's, I don't know, fried chicken or something, whatever it was.
It's a good book. I got a new one coming out, but have you seen this one?
The chicken and dumplings is what I made.
Did you make it?
Yeah.
All right.
I love chicken and dumplings. Very high calorie, though.
Are you the cook of the house?
Yeah, we both do it. And I'll tell you, I love Blue Apron. We do Blue Apron. You know Blue Apron?
No, what's Blue Apron?
You order online and you get a bunch of gourmet meals sent to your house. It's awesome. Less than $10 a person. Yeah, it's great. It's
really?
great.
Everywhere in the country?
$8.20 right now.
Cooked. The food is all portioned out with the recipes.
And you cook it?
Yes.
Oh.
Was Gilligan sexy? Was Bob Denver sexy when he wasn't being goofy Gilligan?
No.
Was he dorky?
No. He was brilliant.
Was he serious?
Very smart.
Was he serious off?
Yeah, he was.
The slapping and the twirling of the hammocks and I mean, lots of physical comedy. Those guys were very gifted.
Very gifted, and it's not easy. You think it's easy.
It's
easy.
not.
No, dialogue is one thing. Physical comedy is something else entirely.
Do you ever see the Stooges on stage?
On stage?
No, there's video all over. The Marx Brothers, the Stooges.
Right.
These guys would go out and do their shows for 6 months to a year and get every laugh down before they put it on film. They would do these before live shows. Sure. But when you see the Stooges without the sound effects, it's not funny.
Well, it's really
not funny.
hard. I mean, we had no audience. Nowadays, the sitcoms have audiences. We didn't have an audience.
I hate laugh tracks. Did you like the laugh track on Gilligan?
We didn't hear it.
Yeah.
When we were working.
Thank you. Thank you.
We made our own.
The flag when the boat pulls out, is it half-mast because JFK had been shot?
It was the assassination of Kennedy when they did the pilot. And when you see the little boat head out, you see it.
And you weren't mentioned originally, but you were so beloved they included you in the jingle eventually.
Well, I think that Bob
Bob Denver
fought for us.
Gilligan.
Russell and myself. Gilligan, yeah. I think he said, look, there's 7 people here. Let's talk about them all.
What were you up against? What was your competition? You were in the top 10 when they canceled you. I can't believe that.
Well, and that was just a political move because we were in the top 10. They wanted a half hour.
So what were you fighting against? What other shows would we have seen in your time slot?
Oh, gosh.
Of that era. What else was being filmed on the lot?
Gunsmoke.
What about Planet of the Apes? Wasn't that shot on that lot?
No, CBS studio was very small.
How many seasons did the show run for?
Wait. What about Lost in Space?
Only 3 seasons. Only 3 seasons.
Lost in Space was not on our lot either.
What else was on your lot?
That's all I can think of is Gunsmoke. Maybe My 3 Sons?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It was 67 it ended. Was it sex, drugs, and rock and roll on the set?
No.
Were you married at the time?
I was married at the time.
Do you regret that?
Being married?
Yeah, at that time.
No. Nothing wrong with that.
Everybody wanted to go with you. Everybody.
You didn't know that. You wouldn't know that. You're working 14 hours a day. You don't know what the audience is doing back home. I have a really funny story to tell you, but we probably can't talk about it on the air.
Oh, I think we can. Hang on. Oh, yeah, we can.
Is rough.
That's right. Hello?
Can roll.
Sports head. I want to hear the story that you can't tell on the radio here coming up. Okay, Dawn Wells. Al, what's coming up in sports?
Cubs ace Jake Arrieta receives a rare honor.
I've been on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Kid Rock. I want to play that horrific 911 call featuring Kid Rock. Can we find that?
I've been beat down, broken, used, motherfucker. I drank with Hank, talked blues with Billy, rocked and run, sang the shotgun Willie. Went from small time Billy to big time Bobby, from 3-day-old chili to sake with wasabi. I'm home. You never met a motherfucker quite like me.
What is the exact?
I need an ambulance. Need an ambulance.
What
I think my assistant looks to be dead.
Okay.
From a Polaris accident.
Okay, I can. Your phone is breaking up really badly. Can you repeat the address?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you better now. Yes.
In the ambulance.
Okay, I have not yet because I don't know what's going on. What is your name, sir?
Send the ambulance now.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I don't know. There's a Polaris. My Polaris is off the driveway, and it looks to be my sister's dead.
Okay.
The body lay next to my mother.
Okay, and I can't
take the last. I need a ambulance.
Sir, I'm going to send you an ambulance, but I'm having a hard time hearing you. Your phone is breaking up badly. I heard you say your Polaris is out there.
Send the ambulance. Don't just here. Send the goddamn ambulance now.
Sir, you yelling at me is not going to help the situation. I'm just trying to...
Our audience was split half and half. I mean, half and half. 50% of you thought the operator did a good job. The other half thought she sucked. I think she sucked. I'm with Kid Rock. Send the ambulance. I want to hear that. I hope it's juicy, that story you can't tell on the radio. I want to hear that. I do. Next.
Mancow on the loop. Mancow on the loop.
Billy, sits over there at that tea shop. He works over there. But it's a very zen place, man. Mm-hmm. Very zen. He collects old postcards, does artwork. I hang out with the guy. Very, very cool guy. But don't F with him. Don't F with him. Don't get up on stage and push him around. He got very angry. If you haven't heard it, I'll play it coming up. Oh, hold on a minute. I want to play that, but I want to talk to this guy about the Wizard. Sir, hang on.
Yeah.
Is this a pharmacy?
Yeah.
I'm calling. To see if you've got...
Oh, no, this poor old guy.
Calling to see if you got some for gas.
Oh, man.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I need something for gas.
Oh, no. 827 at the Loop. I think that's Steve Dahl calling.
What's the name of it?
Faison.
Who?
Faison.
You stock it there?
Uh-huh.
I'll be right over.
Yeah, they have real problems with Dahl. They've had to put him on a different floor because he's so smelly. He craps himself. He does. Dawn, don't you make pants for people that crap themselves?
I think she left the room.
No, don't you have a line for people that wear Pampers? For people that wear Depends?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right.
It's a good idea, though. Who could we call?
Ghostbusters. Dave.
Hey, Mancow. Love your show, brother.
Thank you, man. I'm so excited. I want you to win this Harley.
Absolutely. I wish the same. 883, right?
That's right. That's right, man. You ought to see this thing. We called it the Wizard. And how good would that look? How good would I look with Dawn Wells riding me? How good would you look riding this? Dawn, have you given up on men, or do I have a chance?
I've never given up on men. I like you guys.
Yeah, I like you too.
It's an important part of the world,
What's that?
Guys.
Guys, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like lots of guys too sometimes when I'm drinking.
Yeah, you have
What do you mean by that?
What? Well, I mean, just to hang out with and stuff.
But Mary Ann was your first crush.
When you're drinking.
You were 14 when you got a hold of Mary Ann.
You have a very boyish taint.
What's that?
You
have a very boyish taint.
I appreciate that. That is nice. Coming up, a little kid goes to the dentist. It's great. Wait to hear this kid's still drugged up. And Dave?
Yes, Mancow.
Where you live, son?
Schaumburg.
Cool.
Schaumburg.
Cool. And you'll actually drive it, or are you going to sell it?
Definitely drive it.
Oh, that's cool. That's
cool.
I
get a ride?
Absolutely.
$50. Dawn wants to know if you'll take her for a ride.
Can I have a ride?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give you a ride. Be face down in a coconut cream pie. How many times have you heard that?
Oh, I thought you were talking about
I've never heard that.
You never have?
I've never heard that line. No.
What?
I've heard a lot of lines, not that.
She's heard a lot of charming lines in her life, but never the face down in a coconut cream pie line.
I think marry me is the most important.
Now, Mary Ann, Dawn Wells, now listen, the thing is, with those little shorts, did you think, because my wife will put up something really hot, she'll put on something really hot, and it's cute, and you girls say it's cute. Did you think that you were smoking hot and all the little boys at home are going to get Woodies like me? Or did you think, oh, these are just cute little shorts, this is nice? Or did you think it was sexy? Did you think you looked good?
Well, looking good and thinking it's sexy are two different things. You try to look good all the time, but I wore shorts and tied-up T-shirts and stuff when I was a kid. I mean, that was...
Growing up where?
Reno, Nevada.
That's a classy place.
But it's prostitution, legal, 20 minutes divorce, and gambling. That's where Marianne actually came from.
It is a hell town. It is. I'm sorry. Reno's a horrible. No?
Well, shut up.
She gave me a look.
No. Listen, Reno High School was number 2 in the country.
It still is number 2. Thank you. Thank you, end scene.
I'm leaving.
Cut!
End scene.
Cut! Okay. Are we calling our special guest? I want him. Just give him to me. Is he not picking up? Oh, he's going to pick up. He's going to pick up. So just looking through stuff, looking on the internet today, Gilligan never had a last name. I believe he did have a name, Willie Gilligan, and I believe Mr. Schwartz told me, and I believe Bob Denver, who played Gilligan, told me, I met all you guys.
It was a thought.
I've met everybody. I've talked to everybody on the show. I didn't talk with the skipper.
Really?
He passed away.
Oh, you talked to Ginger?
Did he really? Yes. For something else though. Did you ever see him standing out by the road waving people into a seafood restaurant?
No, but he was always at the door greeting you. With
He
a big
loved
smile.
it. Was his food good?
Fabulous.
The skipper went on to do a seafood restaurant.
Yeah. Alan Hale's Lobster House, I think it was called.
Okay, so everybody has a theme song in their head, okay?
Uh-huh.
Everybody has a theme song. I believe this. A song that plays in their head. By the way, Dawn, I don't know, did you notice the last time? I want to tell you the song was in my head, and I want you to tell the Gilligan's Island story that you can't tell, that you've never told. I want you to tell on the radio, even though you say it's dirty. We'll bleep you if you have to. We'll bleep you, okay. But I want to tell you, do you notice I have a little more hair since the last time you saw me?
No. Did you transplant?
Huh? Yeah, I did.
Well, it looks great.
I did, yeah. I went to Dr. Yates, DrYatesHairScience.com, and they took hair from the side and they put it up top, and it's grown in. This was bald from here back.
Really? And you have that little, the new do kind of sticking up,
No, I've always had this. I just didn't have any hair.
Oh.
I used to just fluff my skin, Marianne, I bet the majority of men that have been close to your little short shorts had a full head of hair. Am I right? Women are more attracted to a man that has hair.
Oh, I don't think that's the attraction at all.
Well, who are you going to sleep with, me or our mutual friend Mike Schwimmer, the glow stick guy? Who are you going to sleep with? Me! Because I got hair.
The billionaire glow stick guy you were telling me about a couple weeks ago?
The billionaire? Yeah, never mind.
There you go.
Never mind.
Oh, this is a tale of the man cowboy. He for a long, long time.
I used to spank it and just...
He used to crank to Marianne.
She's so spectacular.
Damn, that still fine. Those little tight shorts. The gingham tops.
Oh, the gingham top.
Coconut cream pie.
Oh, her pie.
Rock-hard thighs.
Rock-hard thighs.
She's still a star.
Still a fox.
You know the time.
Total fox.
Know the place. Here on Mancow's Face.
Total fox.
Oh, man, I'm glad you don't have a camera.
I do have a seat for you, by the way, right over here on this Van Dyke.
All right.
A goatee is what.
Shut up.
Yeah, what? What?
Shut up.
I want to hear the racy I want to hear you hang on. I want to. You said we can't tell on the radio.
I know, but it's not nearly as racy as you're talking right now.
Oh, I'm naughty. You better spank me. Force feed me your pie.
It was a McNulty, though.
Was the pie any good?
It was fabulous.
The pie on the island, was it good? Did they actually have coconut? Every
once
episode.
In a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while. We never got to eat it, but once in a while. I'm a really good cook, so that's okay.
So you're telling me after the show, Gilligan, the skipper, and everybody, they wouldn't just sit around and eat your pie?
No.
They wouldn't sit.
They would just sit on the beach.
Yeah.
While credits rolled by. And just kind of,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's exactly what we did.
I was going to play this song, and now I got a call from a superstar. Oh, man. Here's Billy. Very calm, very zen guy, very lovable guy at this point in his life. New father.
Aww.
We introduced his kid on the air. But anyway, here's Billy. Somebody got him and wanted to dance with him on stage.
You're beautiful. Get the off my stage before I punch you in the face.
Get the F off my stage before I punch you in your effing face. Okay, thank you, Dave. Let's go to Dreesen. Tommy, how are you?
How am I? It's 6:30 in the morning.
Stop bitching. You are a treasure. You are a treasure. Are you the greatest thing to come out of Harvey?
No. We had a singing group called the Dells. They had like 9 gold records, Oh What a Night, Stay in My Corner. There was a major Hall of Fame baseball player, Lou Boudreau. At age 24, he played shortstop for the Cleveland Indians and managed the team into a pennant in the World Series at age 24.
That's
so
right.
Like
he was
I said,
an announcer for the Cubs for many, many years.
Like I said, Tom Dreesen the best thing to come out of Harvey.
Hey, the first woman ever to win a gold medal in the Olympics, Betty Robinson, came from Harvey.
Is she the fastest thing to go through Harvey, or would it be a bullet?
You not only steal my material, you deliver it very well.
Thank you. That's a Tom Dreesen joke. That's right. Tom, how's the actual joke? Listen, I want you to work it in. Can you work? You're such a pro. Can you work it in?
Work it in now?
No, before we say goodbye, I want you to work it in.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now. You and I have been friends for a long time. You've been on this program for 30 years. I never knew your history. Not like I've learned it now, and I'm going to explain coming up. But Letterman was a kid out of Indiana. You were there the first night he did the Carson show. Before he went on stage, he said, "I'm going to be back in Indiana." He had no idea.
Yeah, he said this is. He was real nervous. He said, "This is it." He said, "After this set," he said, "I'll be back in Indiana in the morning." You know, that's how nervous he was, waiting to go out there. But he's been nervous his whole life. You know, so.
Nervous his whole life. You know, Tom. I never wanted to be a guy that, and I've seen these guys in my life that just give up. They just let themselves go. They don't care anymore. You always look great. You're very aware of your looks. And no, come on. And to see Letterman now. Does that kind of depress you, what he looks like now? He looks like Santa Claus.
Well, I don't know. Somebody might have caught a bad picture of him. We email each other almost every day, and so he seems to be doing real well. He just went to India and did a documentary on the fact that 400 million people in India are without electricity. 400 million, more than live in the United States. So he went over there to do a documentary on that. He seems,
they got comment over there?
You know what? It sounds awful, and I had to listen to several weeks at Willow Creek about Africa and Zimbabwe and and these countries that just absolutely hate us. Not everybody, but just hate our guts. And I'm watching Detroit last night. Detroit is falling apart. Chicago is falling apart. I don't know. I know Oprah, drove through miles of ghetto and depression. I know that neighborhood. And she decided to build a school in Africa. Bono wants us to do things for Africa. We're so interested in helping 44,000 Muslim children. I think that's the number they told me. 43, well, they're not children, but 44 Muslims coming to Chicago from Syria with no skills that are going to be on welfare. I'm glad Letterman's spending his money and his free time to tell us about India. Do they ever look around America? Am I wrong? Dawn Wells is here. TV's Marianne. She's on a bunch of other shows. Am I wrong? What about Chicago?
Well,
what about Indiana?
Uh-huh.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Indiana's having a huge deal today. Huge day. This could be it for Trump, right? He could seal the deal today. Yeah. Isn't that what they're saying?
Get closer.
All right. So I read a book about Tom Dreesen. It's a runaway bestseller. Okay, this is a huge deal. It's called I'm Dying Up Here. And on the cover is Letterman, Leno, my dear friend Richard Lewis, if you listen to the show, you know how close he is, and Andy Kaufman, and the book is about Tom Dreesen. And I thought, put a bigger name on the cover. Tom, does that hurt you? Does that piss you off?
No, it's typical of what publishers and people in our industry do.
It's a book about Tom Dreesen coming out of Harvey.
But I wasn't a big enough name for the publisher, so he thought he'd put a picture of two guys who actually hardly anything at all about him is in the book, But it's okay. It's a great story. A guy named William Needlesheeter wrote the book. He was with the L.A. Times for years, and when the comedians went
this has got to be a movie. This has got to be a movie. Listen,
wait, there's more.
Listen, Gary Shandling was hated by everybody, right? He was a. You guys picketed the biggest comedy club in the world. A lot of people think that you're wrong for doing it, and they thought you were wrong for doing it back then because this woman gave you so much. Mitzi Shore, Pauly Shore's mom, was running the comedy scene. There's a lot more to the story than what I'm saying, Mr. Dreesen. I'm breaking it down here. But then Gary Shandling crossed the picket line. And did you ever forgive him? Oh, you did, right? You eventually forgave him.
I forgive everybody in my life that I feel that offended me because otherwise I can't go forward. So I don't carry grudges like that,
It's great.
But here's the thing. So you got you get it straight. The history of this is that the Comedy Store was making millions of dollars a year, millions, and paying the comics zero.
Letterman and Leno and Andy Kaufman and Richard Lewis and you and every comedian you've ever heard of, they were all working there for free.
Yes, all of us free. Gallagher, Michael Keaton, David Letterman, Robin Williams, Jay Leno, all of us worked there for free.
For free.
Now, I had graduated from that time, and I started doing Tonight shows, and I was on the road working with Sammy Davis Jr. I'm making money. I came back every weekend as we do it. I'll come off the road. We'd go to the Comedy Store and try out new material for our next Tonight show. When I came back one time, the place was packed. In the main room, there was 450 seats. On stage were 5 comedians: Jay Leno, David Letterman, Tom Dreesen, Robin Williams, and Elaine Boozler.
Wait a minute, am I talking to Tom Dreesen?
Yes, I'm just making the point.
Oh, but you use yourself. That's creepy, Tom. Third person.
Well, but I'm a creepy guy. It's 6:30 in the morning. I just got finished throwing up, and you called.
Okay, go ahead, Kate Moss. What happened?
So anyhow, the comics decided, hey, we should get paid if they're making millions of dollars a year. Now, I know more. I'm working. I'm making a lot of money. I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
But I went to 2 meetings with the comedians, and they were all over the place. They couldn't organize a meeting, and I had been in the JCs back in Harvey. So and by the way, you can go through Harvey at midnight in Harvey if you're a bullet.
Hey! See, he does it better. That's why he's a big-time comedian, and I do this shiznitty little show. Okay.
So I had this organizational skill. So I organized the meetings, and the next thing you know, I got thrown to the forefront of this, which I did not want to do. And the next thing you know, the comics voted on the strike, and they went on strike for 8 weeks.
One guy killed himself, climbed up on the rock and roll hotel next door and killed himself. Gary Shandling crossed the picket line. Jay Leno got hit by a car, but then, you got to hear that story. Got hit by a car, by someone getting through the line of Letterman. Letterman left his first time hosting the Tonight Show to go stand with Dreesen and Pickett, this thing called the Comedy Store. And it goes on. It's they got to make a movie out of it, I think. Yeah. And Dreesen is going to be performing at the Performing Arts Center in Munster. And it's a beautiful center. 2 shows coming up in June, and we hope he'll come back and see us then. The book is called I'm Dying Up Here, and it is the Tom Dreesen story. And if you wonder why guys like me and pretty much everybody thinks this guy is, well, he's the last of the greats. Everyone else is dead.
Yeah, Elvis is dead. I heard Elvis died.
I'm telling you. Did you ever meet Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island?
No, but I admired her from afar.
We all did.
I like the afar. I'm a fan of yours. Thank you.
No, he's great. He's great. You just filling for Carson.
Sounds like she's down to hook up.
Sinatra's best friend. Yeah, it was Richard Lewis's best friend that committed suicide over this strike. That's how bad it got. All right, thank you. Tom Dreesen. The book, by the way, is called I'm Dying Up Here. I don't know if did I say that?
You did.
And is Scott Stapp the new lead singer of STP? The answer next.
This is the Mancow. This is 97.9, The Loop, a Cumulus station.
WLUP-FM.
Chicago.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hey, Mancow, love your show.
Thank you.
Hey, there's an old program that was produced by Sherwood Schwartz. It's called It's About Time, and it was some astronauts who went
back in
time.
It's about time. It's about space. It's about people. Yeah. I never saw it, but yeah, I know all this kind of stuff. What's the point?
Well, they're playing it now on Antenna TV on the weekends. My point is, the set looks like it's the same set from Gilligan's Island, and I was wondering if Mary Ann knew anything about that.
Was it the same set?
Well, they were filming on the same lot. I think we did a little takeoff on it.
That was the lagoon.
Yeah.
They use that for everything. I mean, right?
Well, I loved about that, they put in palm trees, and then if it was gun smoke, they put in pine trees. So you just move the
right. So was it a flooded parking lot? Is that what it was? A flooded back lot?
No, they built a lagoon because we couldn't film on the ocean because it was so foggy. Now it's filled in a parking lot. Now.
And I've been at the port where you guys left. It's in Santa Monica?
Yeah. We actually set sail from Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor is where the credits
is where they say.
Is where they.
But you really left Santa Monica.
No. It came from. I mean,
when I see you sail,
the pilot. We were not in the pilot.
No. But on the show, when I see you guys leave the port, isn't that Santa Monica?
When do you see us leave the port?
In the beginning.
When you mean the credits?
I don't know.
Well, did you ever see the show?
I've seen every episode 100 times. Are you kidding? I was a latchkey kid.
But the credits.
I didn't have parents that actually spoke to me.
They locked you up and made you watch the show. Well, but they set sail from Pearl Harbor. That was not us. That was the pilot.
And,
so you never saw us.
Antenna TV is spectacular.
It is spectacular.
Me TV, the same thing. And this is where you can go now to watch. You can't leave. And the thing is, I'll have something nice on for whatever it is, something nice. And then there'll be an ad for Walking Dead or something on, AMs, and my kids are terrified. So even some of the commercials are so raw right now. And of course, this show is not for kids, obviously. But I do like that these stations exist. And, I've been on Svengoolie several times. You don't even know what that is, do you?
Yes, I do. I've been on Svengoolie. Have you not seen my picture on my Facebook for Svengoolie?
Oh, see, I think that's, to me...
I am with it.
To me, that's one of the coolest things of being the Mancow. That and the fact that you and I are lovers.
I know, and we're not supposed to talk about
Wagon
that.
Train, Surfside 6, Hawaiian Eye, The Detectives, Laramie, Burke's Law, The Invaders, a show I dug. Of course, all this is before my time, but I saw them in reruns. The song in my head, everybody has a song. No, 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 no. Blam, 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 blam. Everybody has a song in their head. Mine, when I was sneaking to the cookie jar, whatever it was, and it's still playing in my head, my theme song was the Wild Wild West theme.
What is it?
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why. It's just playing on a loop in my... You were on that show.
Yes, I was, because I was one of the few people that wasn't taller than Bob Conrad.
He was a little guy.
He's a little guy.
Little
Like
mobbed up,
Alan.
nasty little son of a bitch, isn't he?
Well,
Alf, Herman's Head. Was that the first Fox show?
Oh, that was great.
That was one of the first Fox shows, yes.
And then, of course, Roseanne, one of the great episodes.
I got to play Darlene.
So I want to hear the story that you can't tell. I want to get a win. I want to play the mommy clue. I want to hear the story that you supposedly can't tell. This is the Wild Wild West theme. It was James Bond in the West, if you don't know what it is.
I do.
Not you, them.
They know everything.
Do you believe in other dimensions? Do you believe in other dimensions? Do you believe we can... we're going to have Jon Anderson, the voice of Yes. You like the band Yes?
I don't know.
Okay, perfect. Do you like Pat Boone? We're going to have him. No.
I don't know.
Okay. Tabloid Tuesday. This guy, Jon Anderson, I'm fascinated because I do believe there's new evidence that we live in a holographic universe, that we're living in a hologram, that this may have been projected. Hard to explain, but I do believe there's other dimensions around us that we can't see, including a fourth dimension that Jon Anderson says he can see into.
Really?
Is the new lead singer of STP, Scott Stapp of Creed. Hang on. We gave away the keyword. It was iron, and a guy wants a motorcycle. I hope he gets it. He really wants
There's not many keys given out.
No.
Yeah.
It's awesome. One of these keys we're giving out going to start
2 minutes of sports in 60 seconds.
2 minutes of sports in 60 seconds. It's Al Roker Jr.
Cubs, Pirates in their first meeting since that one-game playoff last year. Cubs win 7-2. They're a Major League best 18-6. They play again tonight. The White Sox are an AL best 18-8. They open up a series tonight at the Cell versus the Red Sox. And a guy who's been here on the show, Cal Ripken Jr. And his wife have gotten a divorce.
They were together a long time.
You know that marriage is boring when the guy who played in 2,600 straight games in a row says, I'm out. Sports brought to you by my guys over at Surface and Glass Magic, experts in repairing, replacing.
They're awesome. Surface and Glass Magic.
Yes.
They're really doing great things.
And they are experts in repairing, replacing, and maintaining bathrooms, flooring, windows, granite, and tile.
I need new screens. Can they do that? Can they do new screens? I want you to find out for me.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm sure they can.
Right. Marianne, you ever smoke marijuana?
Sure.
Did you ever? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. No. And I
sure was the answer.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. I may have just stumbled onto something.
No comment. Not once.
Wait a minute.
Not I didn't inhale.
Stop.
Sure.
Stop. This is years ago. It was a big controversy.
Oh, tell me.
You were pulled over.
Yeah, I was pulled over for something in my car that had nothing to do with me.
Well, I want to hear the story. Can you talk about it?
Sure. I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, it was a big deal at the time.
Was it bad for your career?
I don't know.
Clean cut, Marianne.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
How much weed was it?
I don't know. There was a roach in the ashtray.
Oh, big deal.
Well, big deal. I was in Idaho, and I was driving home having had dinner with the mayor, and I ran a film actors boot camp, and the kids have used my car all day long. And it was a new speed limit and a new route back to my ranch, so I was going slow. They pulled me over. Said, have you been drinking? I said, I had a drink. Gave him my license. He said, get out of the car. I said, okay. Can we search the car? I said, sure. So they found a little roach.
A roach.
Well, they were going to put me in jail. Well, and the poor
You're
kid,
lucky that's
the poor kid that
admitted
it spent 2 days in jail.
You spent 2 days in jail?
No, the kid that admitted it was his grass. I mean, it was huge all over the world that Mary.
I remember this was a big story.
Yeah, it was a big story. It was 1902, and they didn't even know.
Okay.
I mean, today it wouldn't mean a thing, but
Lee Summit, Missouri, a kid with a car a day or two old. He says it wasn't his. This is when I was a kid. I wasn't driving age yet. And they caught him with a roach. He had just bought the car.
Just bought it.
Right in front of my house. They caught, and the kids crying, they caught him with a roach, and they took the car and they auctioned it and kept the money. Oh, yeah. That's what police departments do. My wife and I driving, and they pulled her over. She did nothing. And she got a ticket because she's white, and we have a nice car, and we have insurance, and we'll pay. And you can see, and we've all seen it, you can see carloads of whoever that with no license plate running red lights and driving on the sidewalks. It doesn't matter because they can't get the money. And I'm telling you, when I saw this guy pleading with the cops, please, I've saved up money my whole life for this car. It must have been in the ashtray. I don't smoke marijuana. You can test me.
Yes.
No, we're taking your car. I really learned to have a certain hatred for thugs. Now, look, cops that are out there actually solving crimes. You should have driven to work with me today. By the way, if you're up right now, it's 9 a.m. If you're up earlier, probably right now in Chicago, probably for the next couple of days, and they're real interested in tickets at the beginning of the month and the end of the month to get their quota, to steal money from us. And the fact that Marianne was hassled, Dawn, you're a sweet woman, the fact that you were hassled because you had a roach in your car, the fact that some roaches it's like the butt of a cigarette. It's what's left of a marijuana joint. There's not even any marijuana in it. It's where it's twisted. And the fact that that some kid went to jail for 2 days
is ridiculous.
It's insane.
But it was in the dark ages. I don't know that would happen
we're
today.
still living in the dark ages. We're still living in the dark ages. And, you know, I want to know how the sheriff of Nottingham is a bad guy that we boo in his. And these cops that just sit around and write tickets all day, we don't boo in his. I flip every one of them off. And I yell out my window, don't I? Boo! And they turn and look at you. Boo, you suck! Oh, sorry, lady, it's just your turn to get more stolen from you. And then tell us our whole lives in Chicago. Teach us. You can turn right on red. You can turn, oh, no, now it's illegal, and there's a ticket for you. They have cameras all over. So brainwash the children. Make sure you tell them it's okay to turn on red. You can turn on red. You can turn on, oh, no, you can't turn on red. And here's another $100 ticket. The scam never stops. And I have a certain hatred. And by the way, those people that do that, I call them pigs. They're effing pigs. Not a cop that's solving crimes. You're moved away from the mic. You're getting upset.
No, I didn't know you couldn't turn right on red. I was going to ask.
That's the point.
You can't stop and turn right on red anymore?
No, if there's a camera and they decide on that day.
What?
Yeah, exactly. It's a scam. It's a trap.
Not
By the way,
okay.
how would you like to be a cab driver? It's 9 a.m. I got to tell you something. How would you like to be a cab driver? Have you heard about our beloved little diminutive mayor, our little midget mayor with the 3 fingers on one hand, the little ballet star? Have you heard about him and Uber? Do you know the truth about Uber? How would you like to be a cab driver and have this guy as the mayor? I want to tell you what the scam he's pulling on you. So you got high? But not that time. You weren't high that time when you got pulled over. Did you ever get high with Gilligan? Bob Denver, I got high with him many times. You ever get high with him?
No.
You never got high with Gilligan?
No. You realize we're in the 60s?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not like it is now.
Yeah,
everybody's high everywhere.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the way the 60s was?
Yeah. I thought
everyone was
high
and having sex with each other.
My time.
Wearing tie-dyes and painted faces.
Here was a little kid that went to the doctor, and they jacked him up, and I still want to hear the story that you say we can't tell on the radio.
Surgery.
Yeah, I know.
Little kid coming back from the dentist, and he got oral surgery, and they jacked him up.
Yeah.
I feel funny.
Kind of felt good, didn't it?
Is this real life?
Yeah, this is real life.
Okay, now I have 2 fingers.
Good.
4 fingers.
4 fingers? Nah, don't put it in your mouth. Okay? You feel good?
I can't see anything.
Yes, you can. Stay in your seat.
Why can't I touch it?
Because it'll mess up the stitches.
You have 4 eyes.
Yeah.
I feel funny. Why is this happening to me?
A friend of mine jumped off a cliff in Jamaica near where they They wrote, where Ian Fleming wrote a lot of the Bond novels in Jamaica. Anyway, jumped off a cliff, shattered his knee, anti-drugs, anti-weed, anti-booze, even caffeine, clean living, workout kind of guy, shattered his knee. They put him on heroin in Jamaica, and he was sitting there, and he came, and I was beside him in the bed, and he came out and he goes, I get it now. I get it. I never got why you were hanging out with all these Rasta men getting high, man. Cal, I get it. I now get it. So, yeah, the scam of our mayor coming up. Our three-fingered mayor and Uber, the connection coming up.
I said, Ron has 3 fingers.
He only has 3 fingers on the right-hand side.
He has 3 fingers on his right side. And he cut them off. He cut them off while he was slicing meat. He cut them off. He sliced them off while he was working at Arby's. Skididdly diddly bum bum bum. He cut off his finger. Dum dum.
It's now time for Who's That Mama?
Now, I'm going to bring him a cup of coffee just like he brought me a cup of coffee this morning. And that, young man, is what marriage is made of. It is give and take 50-50.
Name that famous mama and win. The correct answer wins a $50 gift code for Pro Flowers. So call the cow now at 591-ROCK or 591-ROLL and win your mama something nice.
9:02 at the Loop.
Of a white Christmas, just like the one.
The most successful single recording of all time, Bing Crosby's White Christmas, Der Bingle. Nathaniel, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much. Great to be here.
I met your dad several times. In fact, I got one time I was with your dad and got I met him. I wasn't hanging out with him, but I got a Jack Nicklaus pair of golf shoes autographed of his shoes that I still have at Pebble Beach. I lived close to Pebble Beach in a town called Pacific Grove, and I found out last night my house that was $70,000, and it was outrageous, $70,000. I just found out that house sold for $1.2 million.
Wow!
And $70,000, and I sold for $70,000, and was thankful to get rid of it. Oh my God! Wow! It just sold for $1.2 million yesterday. Pacific Grove is right down near Carmel. Yeah. Anyway, Nathaniel, I grew up in a house where we watched White Christmas every year with your dad. We watched what's the movie with Choo-Ra, Loo-Ra, Loo-Ra?
Oh, you're gonna! I used to sing that song to my kids, and
Barry Fitzgerald. Barry Fitzgerald.
Going my way.
Going my way. I mean, my dad hated Sinatra. My mom hated Sinatra. They were Italian. He was a thug. We are a Bing Crosby household, and that was a big.
We can appreciate the music from both stars, right? We don't need to pick one over the other, but at any rate, Dad won the Academy Award for that movie, Going My Way.
Nobody in history, no one before or since, has had number one hits in every genre of music, gospel and Christmas and novelty and everything, rock and roll with David Bowie. The song he did with David Bowie. No one has ever charted, and the guy was a movie star, was a TV star, really crazy. And Frank Sinatra was a leg-breaking Italian goomba thug. No damn good. You hear me? According to my dad.
I'm not adopting that position, but the interesting thing that you say is that Jack Kapp was his producer in the early days of his recording, and this guy just started to direct Dad into singing Hawaiian songs and Irish songs and obviously Christmas songs and Hispanic songs, and they became anthems. So that when Dad sings Irish songs, they don't go away. They're still played in Irish pubs around the country, and certainly in Ireland, and everybody memorizes Dad's version. Yeah, McNamara Band.
Here it is.
So,
My name is McNamara. I'm the leader of the band. Although we're few in numbers, we're the finest.
And every year I bring out the finest Christmas recording of all time, which is that White Christmas recording. And you remember the time when he tap danced with Danny freaking Kaye? So Nathaniel.
The interesting thing about the tap dancing is that all these guys got trained in vaudeville, whether it was Bob Hope or James Cagney or my dad. They were tremendous dancers, even if they weren't on the level of a Fred Astaire or Donald Connor. But they just were able to do it all. You had to be able to be a comedian, you had to be able to be a singer, and you had to be able to dance to be in vaudeville. So these guys
the triple threat. The triple threat. Listen, I have a letter from your dad that I got. It wasn't to me. I have a letter from your dad that on Pebble Beach Stationery. He raised a lot of money for charity. That PBS special on him, look, way before my time. I do remember the Christmas specials, but the amount of, and forgive me, look, I had a life before I had kids. The amount of beautiful women, the amount of drinking, I had no idea. This was the Christmas guy. I mean, this guy was an all-around badass early on. So 18 holes with Dad. Is this something that golf fans are going to like?
Well, we put the golf spin on the book because of my background in golf, but my dad, probably the most famous entertainer, probably the most famous person for the better part of 40 or 50 years, with an intimate relationship with his audience, first radio, then television, and then became identified with Christmas through his Christmas shows. But I wanted to reveal a unique part of my childhood growing up with a dad who was, had that kind of national recognition, and how he took the time to spend one-on-one time with me, whether it be through golf or sporting events, and and the incredible innovations that he made through the Bing Crosby Pro-Am and Ampex, where he was the seed capital for tape-delayed broadcast.
Nathaniel, I'm running out of time. Would you say that he but would you say that he he popularized golf? He was a big part of making golf popular, wasn't he?
He really was. The Pro-Am, when television came around, the Pro-Am and mixing celebrities with golf pros, which was his idea. There was no such thing as a Pro-Am before started it.
Right.
But they had larger TV audiences than the major championships in the late 50s and early 60s and through most of the 70s. So it's amazing. And Arnold Palmer did this, and my dad did
Jack
that.
Nicklaus wrote the foreword on the book.
Yep.
Nathaniel, the negative stuff that your brother said, tell me none of it was true.
My half-brother, I did a small and subtle rebuttal to my half-brother. They were born 30, 35 years before us, the four brothers.
Well, that's a difference.
Corporal punishment was kind of a main... You weren't a good parent if you didn't spank your kids.
I got
People
spanked.
forget that, and the Catholic Church still endorses it. And my dad was a feverish Catholic. Now, that he wasn't abnormal, but what I like to say was that, the Joan Crawford book, Mommy Dearest, had just been published 2 or 3 years before Gary published his book. And let's say the success of that book created a good business model for bashing your parents. But the book itself that Gary wrote, Gary was there with us when Dad was sick. He loved Dad. There was no doubt about it. He actually spent more time with the second family, us, my brother and sister and I, than the other three. And he absolutely adored my dad. And most of the book, if people care to read it, the negative book that I wouldn't encourage people to read is really more of a knock on himself than a knock on my dad.
It's
but
a crap.
I was really glad to expose my experience. Because
I am too. I'm a father. I can't wait to read it. 18 holes and lots of golf stuff and lessons from Dad, and it's a beautiful book. Al, I think you should listen to the song.
Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule?
A mule,
It's interesting.
Which is how we make money for the show.
That's
Dawn.
right.
And we're going to need to talk to you about your next time you go to Mexico, because I know you have a lot of Mexican fans.
I just came back from Tijuana.
I know. Well, you could have muled us back some dope and made some extra
Would you
money.
stop me in the dope? Would you get off of that?
I want to hear the story that you say cannot be told.
Oh, no, you're
I want to talk to
building it up.
Indiana. What's going on? Indiana is the center of the universe right now politically.
Yes.
Tommy, you're next, man. Hang on. I want to hear your story, too, you survivor.
7-9, the Loop and Mancow have been together for 1 year.
Oh, it's been great.
And are celebrating with the traditional...
This Saturday night, Yep. This Saturday night.
Ranger.
I hope Dawn will come out and party with us. I'd like to bring her up on stage. I think everybody would enjoy it. We're going to be at the House of Blues Saturday night.
Live at the House of Blues Saturday, May May 7th. Listen to Mancow every weekday morning to win your way in the Mancow 1-year anniversary bash with Chicago's classic rock station.
97.9. The Loop.
9:16.
Think that cartoon cow
at the Loop. Up next, the foreboding story of Mary Ann. We will tell it coming up. Plus, yes.
Up next on the Mancow.
Did Prince die of AIDS? 80 pounds, they're saying, dead on the elevator?
Prince had AIDS.
Did he have AIDS?
They said it was the flu, but it was AIDS.
Yes, poor guy.
Not HIV, but full-blown AIDS.
Poor guy died in the elevator.
Prince died in an elevator.
Yes.
His heart just stopped while going down.
You know, glad his bastard half brothers waited so long to fight over the estate.
Oh.
Yep. Everybody's fighting for. But wait a minute. There may be a son, a bastard son that he never talked about that's in his 30s. Wouldn't that be something
that he knew about?
That he may not have known about or knew about and kept hidden? Jon Anderson sees into other dimensions. Coming up, Tom in Aurora. What's up?
Hey, Mancow, love your show. What's up, man?
Hey, man, talking to you. What's the story?
Basically, I'm a stage 4 cancer survivor. I had a 10-pound tumor the size of a football in my stomach. I basically went about getting my medicine the wrong way. I got 45 pounds of chocolate bars delivered to my house. As soon as that happened, the door got kicked in. Police came and whatnot. I have no idea how those chocolates got there, stuff like that. But basically, I'm going through the court system for 2 years, and they're trying to fine me $250,000.
It's a
and
moneymaker.
Put me in
That's all
jail
it is.
for 20 years.
I love the government now in Chicago getting involved, in Illinois getting involved in marijuana. I just go to your regular drug dealer and cut out the government. Why pay a high tax on it? The weed I got from my dealer was fine. So $250,000 because
Are you cancer free? Because if so, just tell them to go to hell.
No. Right now, I'm dealing with, I have one kidney remaining. My stage 4, basically stage 5 is death.
45 pounds. Brother, but wait. Now, let's say something, though. You got 45 pounds of edibles.
There was 3 ounces of THC in all of 45 pounds, and they're trying to charge me with a pound of weed per chocolate, which is a street value of $5,000 each pound, which they're saying I have $50,000 worth of street value product, which is...
You can't curse. You can't. You can't curse. I understand you're upset.
I don't blame him, but yeah, you can't
I don't blame you,
on the
but you
radio.
can't curse on the radio.
Basically,
Tom.
Yes.
You have stage 5 cancer. Is that what you're telling me?
Stage 4. I recently just had RCD cancer. It's where my last kidney was attacked. And I basically have 50% kidney left, and they're trying to put me in jail.
Tom, you know that stress causes cancer, and you know that it makes cancer worse.
Yep.
Okay? And so I hate that this thieving government is doing this to you. They are the enemy, guys. They are the enemy. The government is our enemy. Sorry. Anyway, if you live under the illusion they're your buddies, that's fine. Good for you. You're probably happier. Tom, I have a great lawyer, Michael Young. I want to try to help you. I'm not a legal expert, although I played one on several TV shows. I would like to help you. And also, sir, with all your medical problems, what if you do nothing? What if you do nothing? What if you show up and you know what? You might get free health care if they do have to do something with you. I wonder if you just do nothing. Look, I'm dying, Judge. What do you want to do? You want to put me in jail? I got a week to live. I wonder what do you think, guys? What if he does nothing? The Dalai Lama was in here.
It's not his fault. I mean,
the Dalai Lama was in here. Okay,
wow. Mm-hmm.
And he's a fan of the show. And I was talking to him, and I said, I'm a fighter. I get him fight. I'm a fighter, man. I get knocked out. I fight. And he said, stay down. Stop it.
Uh-huh.
And when I stopped fighting, everything came easy to me. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Everything's come easier. So I wonder, Tom, if you just stop fighting, what would happen? But I want to get you my guy's number. I'll help you out. Okay. I'm gonna take up your cause. You hang on.
Meanwhile,
The Edge was the first rock star to perform in the Sistine Chapel yesterday.
And now we eavesdrop on actor Owen Wilson at his California condo.
Isn't this wild? I mean, I feel about as crazy as a road lizard thinking about it. Where do we go when we die? Who knows? I hope it's Candyland, just because I think it would be fun, running from that licorice guy. He seems so scary. It's like, wow, man, chill out. You're in Candyland. Let's enjoy it. You're my amigo. You're the guy in charge. What do you want me to tell you about? Do you want me to tell you about how I was in Marmaduke? What's he going to say next? People are always wondering that about me. You know what really pisses me off? The Sopranos. Everybody's always talking about it, and I never really got to see it. And don't worry, I feel like an a-hole. I really do. But honestly, when they're talking about this show that I haven't seen, that really pisses me off.
Jon Anderson joins us right now. John?
Hey there, Mancow. How you doing?
Look, I'm a fan, and I still buy Yes CDs, and I'm telling you, since you left, there's not a moment. You know, you would think, God, yes, such a history. There would be 30 seconds or 10 seconds or a hook or a sound effect or a guitar riff or drums or something.
Yeah.
And I just listen. It's like, nothing. I really believe, John, it's because spiritually what they did to you. And I was contacted by a guy who yelled at me, a rock star who yelled at me, and he said, listen, the fact is Brian Johnson is out of AC/DC. Grow up. This is a business. Bands don't care about each other. And I heard the same thing over Jon Anderson. You know, wait a minute. Jon Anderson gets sick and they kick him to the curb.
Wow.
The lead singer of AC/DC gets sick and kick him to the curb.
Right.
I'm sorry. Don't you stop and wait for your guy,
That's
for
right.
your quarterback to come back?
Your team member.
When you've got a voice like Jon Anderson,
Yep.
damn it, I'm just getting pissed off right now thinking about him. John, I think I'm going to go to Alan White and I'm going to punch him in his face.
You're wonderful.
I mean, I'm sitting there at the Arcada, sold-out show, watching John.
Right.
And it's like, you're not going to get that at a Yes show.
That's right.
Here's the guy. What are they doing? John, what are they thinking?
It's life. You know, things happen.
John, I want to talk about how you and I can get together. I want to get rid of the other members of Yes, okay? Now, listen, I'm either going to have their legs broken or we're going to plant cocaine on them. I need your help, okay? I'm going to need home addresses for the other members of Yes that cut your throat.
Oh, good.
Let's talk about the other dimensions, and you have seen into these other dimensions. So what's around us, John, that we don't see?
Well, it's an incredible world that we live in, and no matter which way we look at things, just embrace everything you see. In fact, when I walk out into my garden, there's little blue flowers near the bins, and I think, that's really amazing. We give flowers for the color, the perfume, and flowers actually sing.
What do you mean flowers sing?
They have a very beautiful humming sound. If you're very, very fortunate enough to hear them, you're probably on acid, which is cool.
John, how are you able to see these other dimensions and live there? Was it through meditation?
It's a combination of being very open and knowing that what we see in general is a very small part of life.
Sure.
But see, the world is just full of so much energy, interdimensional energy.
Yes.
With light beings, we call them fairies or divas.
Well, you know, the Bible says we entertain angels unaware, so you never know. Does energy come to you on stage in various colors?
Of course, yeah. I just generally think that when I'm, especially on stage, I'm in this sort of super connected feeling of singing, and the energy that comes through from the audience makes the band play like we play.
How much of what you've written with Yes and, you know, with Vangelis, how much of this, John, is auto-written, do you think, and God-inspired?
Almost everything I do is inspired by the spirit energies that surround me, like every artist, you know. It's just that I actually explain it in my songs now and again.
When I listen to Hearts or State of Independence or some of your other songs, I feel like I evolve. Do you think we actually vibrate and evolve up?
Yes. One of the main things that I understand is that the soul is eternal. This life is one experience. We move on to another lifetime, another adventure, and our soul is eternal. So we never die.
Well, we appreciate your friendship for the last, we've been friends about 70 years, I think. So.
Yeah, you know, like somebody asked me, did you leave Yes? And I said, no, I never left Yes.
No, they cut his throat. I can't believe it.
Continue with Yes music in my heart.
Love Cheese remixing it here. Jerry. Jerry, you're on the radio.
Yes. Hey, Mancow, love your show.
You voted. What's the excitement? I mean, you there in Indiana, you guys have a lot of power right now.
Oh, well, everyone's looking at us.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Trump.
You voted for Trump. All right. We're getting a lot of both sides. We'll see who wins. Polls are saying Trump is going to win big time.
Well, yeah,
we'll
he's
see.
up by 15%.
We'll see.
Oh, and Phil from Surface and Glass Magic just texted me.
Yeah.
He says, we do screens.
Oh, I need him. No, I'm not kidding you. Phil, I need you.
All right.
A squirrel got in
Seriously?
A squirrel got in my garage.
Okay.
And tore up all my screens in my garage.
No, trying to get out?
Trying to get out. Bit holes in them, ripped them down. Little bastards.
Yeah.
God, I hate squirrels.
They love screens.
Did he get out?
Do you know that no, I don't know.
They love screens.
Yes, he got out. Do you know what my obsession is? Dawn Wells, TV's Marianne. Do you know what my obsession is in life right now?
What is it?
My wife thinks I'm kooky. I hate squirrels. I hate squirrels. Because they destroy everything. I want to plant a garden this year. They're going to destroy everything. These little bastards, these tree rats, squirrels, and then Hummel figurines. And precious
many of them. Is that
no, that's what that's all I care about. Those three things: squirrels, Hummel figurines, and precious moment statues. Look at her. No, I'm kidding, Dawn. It's a joke, Dawn.
It was. It was pretty bad.
All I care about is having sex with Dawn Wells. That's my obsession.
Just keep it
don't
on.
leave. Don't, Dawn.
All we really are is squirrels. We're being hunted, we are squirrels. We are appealing, we are squirrels. We want to gather nuts.
What'd they do, about $80,000 worth of damage to your house?
I don't even want to talk about it.
And then they died in the wall?
Oh.
Yeah, that's good. So there's a smell.
It's ridiculous.
What kind of a hellhole do you live in?
Can't you
Bob.
put mothballs all around it?
Bob.
Fix them out.
Hey, what's going on, Mancow?
Talk to me, my friend.
Love your show.
Thank you.
Got the mystery mom, Claire Huxtable.
Yes. Yeah, Claire Huxtable is right. Felicia
Rashad. Yes.
The way she defended that
Well,
rapist.
You haven't heard much from her lately, though.
No, she defended that rapist.
That was early on.
Because she wanted the money. She wanted the money. And all those women be damned. I don't like her at all. Anyway, yeah.
Is he out of jail?
I don't think you'll be seeing that. He should. There's another guy, Denny Hassard. Put him in a prison together. Or put them on an island like Gilligan.
Sandusky was in court yesterday trying to get a new trial.
Oh, God. Really? Can we just do, instead of electric chairs, can we do an electric bleacher?
Hello?
I have just tasted your snapper.
What?
I have just tasted your snapper.
What?
I have just tasted your snapper.
Bob Chin's great snapper. Okay. Dawn.
Yes.
We've been friends for a long time. I want to talk about how I've known you since I was a kid, not just from TV.
I was a kid, too.
We've run out of time.
We have. I'm so glad because I'm hungry.
We'll do it tomorrow. No, I know what you're hungry for, too. You can...
Don't worry about it.
You can make a meal out of me and come back for more. Okay, Dawn, in all seriousness.
Yes. Can I come back tomorrow?
Every day. You're the new girl. What's the story you can't tell on the radio?
I'll tell you tomorrow.
No, I want to know now.
It's nothing. It's a big nothing.
No, I want to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was a correspondent for Channel 9 in Australia, meaning I saw all of the movies here and sent the stuff to Australia.
Okay.
And I was interviewing Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte was my very first interview. You walk in with a VHS with, a tape, and I'm watching
Big
through
cameras.
the window.
Yeah.
He has a interview with Germany, and they almost get into a fist fight.
Right.
Fist fight. So I walk in. I'm terrified. What do? I walk in and say, hello, Mr. Nolte, and he looked at me and he said, I can't begin to tell you what I used to do with your picture.
So, like me, he used to masturbate. He used to...
Well,
no, stop banging on my equipment.
That's
Stop
it.
banging on my equipment. Dawn,
That's it. That's the nastiest thing you hear from me.
Dawn,
Yes.
here's my question.
I don't...
Is that flattering?
It was embarrassing. Of
Is
course.
it flattering?
I don't know. He was 12. I guess so.
The fact that when I was becoming aware that I was, as I was becoming Mancow All-American Badass, the fact that you inspired so many dreams.
Oh, yes. Well, that's nice.
Okay.
That's the girl you'd want him to look for, wouldn't you?
That's right.
Ginger'd be high maintenance.
You came before my wife. Of course, everybody comes before my wife. All right, I think it was a good show, guys.
The credits rolling?
The credits are rolling. Let's sit out by the beach.
Yeah, we're just standing around doing nothing.
Yeah, huh? Are we still rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, they're still rolling.
Skipping rocks.
That's great. I can't wait to get home. Dawn, another good show, I'll tell you.
I had a good time. Thank you.
I love the scene with the car. It was pretty ridiculous, but what kind of shit will they write next for us? I don't know. Props, you need to get the radio. We don't want to lose this.
This has been the Mancow Morning Show podcast. You can actually be part of this cluster by calling the show when it's live. Weekday mornings 5:30 to 9:30 on 97.9 The Loop.